All right, here we are, and it is game number 1 of this best of 7. I'm gonna switch the team names, and oh my god, this map is so bright, dude. Oh my god, I'm dying. My basement dwelling eyes are dying here.
It's not that bad.
It's bright.
Okay, well, I want to talk a little bit. We'll introduce the teams, and we have a lot to say here. So first and foremost, I'm excited to just see a team other than Finland, a team other than maybe some of the other names that you're familiar with around the scene in a semifinal here. And I'll start it off with the Deceptive Baguettes, who have really, as we just said, Dave, I'll repeat it now, have innovated with strategies to get here, getting past Finland last week. We have Anno, the German player, who's in the pink, player 6. He's the flank here playing Vikings. We have in the yellow, Sato, who's the pocket position, playing Koreans. And then we have Margu, who's playing Italians. Up against Margu, we've got Hart. Hart is Italians as well. You then have the pocket for Leary playing Japanese. And then we've got flank Nikov, Vikings, Dave.
I haven't seen this map play out. Is it just water battles 100% of the time?
Yes, but not with the Deceptive Baguettes. So you tend to see a lot of water play. Deceptive Baguettes showed a strategy actually against my team in a show match 3 weeks ago where the pocket goes Fast Castle. So this would be Sato and War Wagons. And then if he needs to help out with water, he'll go Turtles. So
and then he can always tower up later on in the game too.
Exactly.
I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. But the problem is if you lose water too early or you're 2v1 on one side, could be a big issue, especially if Sato is struggling to get the turtles out.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, and it worked in against us because we had our pocket player going knights and not water. And so mass wagons and towers could counter that. But I think what Aftermath's going to look to do here is they're going to look to abuse the water. They've got 3 of the best water civs out there.
Do you think Aftermath prepared for this map at all?
I think so because so the thing with Aftermath, if they don't have their entire team active in AoE2, there's always 1 or 2.
Yep.
And Nikov has been really active and I think been covering some of the sets in Spanish. So I think Nikov has seen some of these sets and he's like, okay, guys, we got to do this. So I think there's that trust in each other. At least there's that trust in Nikov. I don't know if Leary and Hart trust each other all the time. But I think there's a level of trust there where they know what to do here.
All right, so it looks like Anatov is going to wall off early on his own base. Doesn't want any land pressure coming towards him. And he'll probably... Does he go FC into longboats or does he go galleys to open up?
I actually think we'll see galleys from both sides here. I think with the positioning of the docks... I guess with Hart and Margu on the other side, you never know. But I at least know with the Deceptive Baguettes, they're almost always going galleys on both flanks. So that's what I'd expect. But what do you think about Leary's position? Japanese pocket.
Japanese pocket. It feels like he's going to try and support on water because what do Japanese really do on land, especially against a civ like Koreans? It's going to struggle, but it is Leary. So maybe, I don't know, dude, maybe we see him trusting his flanks. Imagine trusting Hart.
Yeah.
if you're Leary, but I think he might trust them and then maybe go for a faster Imperial player or some archers play as well. Could be the vibe. As long as you're denying that middle area, you should be fine.
Yeah, the thing that gets difficult here if you lose water is not normally your golden stone, but it's the wood. You're going to chop through your wood lines, and if you have galleys around you, you're just stuck. So I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Byzantines from Leary here. When we played against the Amigos, they had Byzantines pocket, and you just go 1 TC fast imp with everything. And
it is the best of 7, though. And Byzantines are good on a lot of other maps. Like, if you saw them on Chaos Pit. Lix obviously didn't win with them on Chaos Pit, but really good civ. And then, of course, you've got other maps like Arena or Regicide Fortress or whatnot that Byzantines can succeed on. So
yeah, it makes sense. And that's a difficult thing for us to see now. I think where the real questions start to come out is like, you get to game 5, and then if you're like, oh crap, we don't have a good civ for this map. That's kind of not a common thing, but that's something that can happen. So I agree. Maybe don't use all your best civs here, which is why Koreans, I think, makes some sense, which is why maybe picking Japanese, which is not so good on other maps, will work fine.
Leary's going FC as well. So Leary's going to have 8 fishing ships. He's going to be in front of Sato. And Sato has not clicked up yet either, so he's going FC just like you said. The Aftermath guys are a little bit faster, actually, to Feudal Age. So the pressure should come out from them first, but the docks are back for Nikov.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he starts queuing up galleys. He should with that uptime. And then Hart, docks on the side, will open with galley. So you were right on that count. And Red opens with galley too. So galley meta is back in play.
Yeah.
We won't see the fire galleys right away. And actually, I love that.
Yeah, I do too. It's so much more fun.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun. And I think it's probably coming back a little bit in 1v1s too, Dave. Because we saw even in WWC, as the tournament progressed, we're like, well, maybe galleys feel a little better. But what I will say is this. Hart probably doesn't have a ton of experience facing up against Margu. Because he doesn't play ladder 1v1s a lot. If he plays ladder 1v1s a lot, it's normally at a time where Margu's asleep. So I don't know if Hart is ready for the pain train that's coming with Margu Micro, because he is really good. I'm probably jinxing him, but he's one of the best players with Archer Micro or Galley Micro.
Okay, well, we'll find out. You probably are jinxing him, honestly.
Probably.
I jinxed out so hard earlier, saying he had good micro against Siege Onagers, and then he just got absolutely rocked by a shot. He did end up winning that BF game, though, and the galley sneak right past here from Margu.
Hart doesn't know where the docks are, Dave. He's going the wrong direction, and this is really bad start for Aftermath. And Margu will see that galley, and he's going to take that too. He's like, okay, I can get a head start in the fight. Disaster start for Hart.
Wow, Hart just lost all of his fishing ships almost. Margu is chasing the last one down. He's chasing that galley down too. Really, really rough start, like you said. Hart is still looping around with his galleys. Where are his galleys right now? Okay, they've come back. Well, he's trying to build up a new force, but he loses his final fishing ship. And now those might actually head over to Leary, which could be really devastating because Leary added 12. And now Leary forced into a galley too.
Yeah, good communication, so Leary at least knows to do that. I think this might have been part of the strategy, though, because look at Nikov. Nikov also looping 2 galleys right in towards Sato. So Sato heard about this. Sato's adding a fire galley as well. He's going to have to save his fish, but yeah, maybe it wasn't Hart not scouting the docks. Maybe he was told by Leary to go kill the Korean fish.
And Sato forced to add a fire galley of his own, and good micro here from Nikov to stay on these fishing ships. He's taken out 3 of them.
Yeah, good
for
work.
The cost of just 2 galleys forward. Really, really great stuff. Anatov seeking to do damage against Nikov, but Nikov has a lot of galleys home, playing pretty defensively. Both the pocket players now on the way to the Castle Age. Leary is queuing up galleys, so Leary is going to go Castle Age into a water play.
So with all this said, we should expect Aftermath to win water. Like, that should be a given if you have 3 players going on water. Where this gets interesting is, can Sato keep his fish alive long enough to get a turtle ship out? And then can he get a really good forward castle position?
And will Hart have any navy left?
Oh, boy.
Margugu is all over him right now. He cleared up the fish early. Hart's still dealing with the galleys at the back. Margugu has not lost one of those yet. Leary didn't lose a fishing ship, so that's nice. But Margugu is all over the production here from Hart, and it's great galley micros so far. Snipes another one. KD right now, I would assume, is really in Margugu's favor.
He's a beast. And also, he's got the other 3 galleys coming back. And if he could group up with the... Ooh, maybe a bit of a mistake here. But if he could group them up, he's got a really good shot at maybe clearing Hart altogether. But he did forget about the one group in the back. Leary's now getting his upgrades. And so, not too bad for Aftermath. We're just waiting for that castle from Sato.
And there's the castle on his base. Little far forward on his own island. The war wagons will be coming shortly. Do you think, like... Okay, what do you think if you're Sato, instead of running the war wagons across, what do you think about sending a transport ship to an island like Hart's Island or something and transporting a war wagon on there?
If you've got some military support, definitely. You're not going to be able to do it on Margugu's side right now because here comes Leary. And so it's good that Margu got ahead because had he not, this would be even worse for him. Ano on the other side, ahead of Nikov on the way up, Dave. So good work from him as he catches Nikov out.
Yeah, he's got 15 ships against only 7 from Nikov. Nikov is really feeling it, though. He comes in there for the snipe. And he's still hanging around this dock trying to snipe the villager. Nikov's got to be careful. Almost put himself in a pretty bad position, but I think he's going to be able to make his way out of there safely. And now, like you said, the concern definitely on Margugu's side, but he is up to Castlate. This is a really impressive start for Margugu.
Their build orders force teams to adjust. Like what they did to Gamer Legion in their group, forced Gamer Legion to adjust. They're so good. And you could see Nikov's like at 600 food. Nikov still hasn't clicked. So this is a team that came into this tourney. It's a 5K prize pool, maybe not like high enough for some of the other players to be motivated. You got some players not playing the game as much, and they're like, this is our time. So I'm loving this so far, and I think if they can get Margu and get Anno on good water upgrades, you'll have War Wagons in the middle, and that's exactly the position they would have wanted.
Margugu is just holding on over here with this galley micer. He's sniping the random galleys from Heart. He's queuing up some more units. He's getting his upgrades, or he will be getting his upgrades in 30 seconds. Leary is pushing him with 4 war galleys, but he's got to be careful. Galleys can kind of dive in and try and snipe those, but of course it's Leary, so he manages to snipe one instead.
Notice the stone walls from AM, by the way. They know exactly what's coming, but I think it's going to be hard for them to keep it out if a forward castle comes in or maybe some guard towers.
And look at all this navy here from Anatov coming in. Ooh, does he go for Nikov or does he loop around for Leary? It's the question right now. Nikov has all his navy over on the left-hand side. Margugu is still running away. He loses a villager on the wood line. That's a good snipe from Hart. And he's still running with his navy, but war galley upgrades are coming in, and there's a lot of navy behind this pressure from AM. Second TC is up in the middle from Sato, and Leary is being super annoying with his war galleys hitting the war wagons. 2 clunkiest units in the game.
So Leary's trying to fast imp this. So remember we talked about Byzantines possibly doing that. He's got the resources. He now has the buildings to go imp, but he's been relying on the fish a lot, and he might not have docks to do anything in the Imperial Age, and he's certainly not going to have any middle control. So fascinating game here. Margugu looking to come back on water, and then Anno looking to find a target, Dave, but he hasn't truthfully killed that much yet. He hasn't taken out docks. He hasn't taken out many fish from Leary.
You're in a frustrating position if you're Anatov because you know you're doing well.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm in Castle Age. I've outpopped my enemy, but he's just running in circles, right? You know you need to help your team do something. And that's why he's all the way over here at Heart's base. And Heart's going to be like, wait, why is this navy here? If it loops around to his wood line. Leary also needs to defend the fish at the front. And look at Sato going forward with the second castle.
Sato's going to drop the castle. That should go up, Dave. But now you've got Nikov, and he says, oh, okay, well, I hear that Anno's not at me anymore, so he was behind, and now he's going to gain a big lead. And I think the concern for this strategy you're starting to see now. Because Leary... Oh, actually, Leary's taking a bad fight on the other side, but...
And Leary's trying to transport villagers across, too, but the navy is there from Anatov. Can he intercept it?
He's going to need to somehow get a castle up to trap that down. Don't see what those villagers do. This is crazy. I love this, Dave, but I want to point out Margu's got like 5 on food right now. So that's the downside of his position, is he streamlined everything towards getting a lot of navy out and getting to castle, but not a lot of forward thinking beyond
also,
that.
Anatov is being wiped up at home. Nikov has navy
Look at Heart's
all
base, though.
over the place.
Look at Heart's base. Look what's in Heart's base.
Oh, God. Oh, no, the wagons. They've walled everywhere except that giant gaping hole into Heart's economy, and the wagons are just casually sitting under the TC. They get the armor for free. Hart now desperately going for a monastery here, and I can already hear him screaming at his teammates because he thought that was walled or something, and Leary saying, oh, I walled myself, bro. No problem there. Hart is going to be dead.
Yeah, Hart can't do anything now. I mean, Anno's also struggling, but at least he could get some support. And look at the TCs going up in the middle for the Deceptive Baguettes. They have the eco lead, Dave, but now Leary's in imp, and he's going to try and win water.
Okay, and look at this from Nikov. He's at the back of Sato's base. He's killing villagers now.
Yeah,
Nikov got rough. 2 vills there, killing the villagers on the stone as well. He's got ballistics, so he'll be able to clear those up. Hart still pressuring Margugu's docks a little bit. Wagons just casually...
just eating everything. He can't take gold. He can't take wood. He can't do anything, man.
Hart.
What a big deal it was for Leary, though, to be able to get that TC up. He's got a TC up on stone, and if that would have been spotted, I think Sato could have towered it or something.
Heart's even attacking the wagons with the villagers. These wagons can simply sit under this TC for a very long time and take a lot of shots. Anatov's still wandering around with his navy looking for something to kill.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna see the galleons now from Leary. Now Leary went fast in. He has very little land control. Sato's gonna spot this TC now. And economically, as a team, Aftermath are behind, while they're slightly ahead in military. So honestly, I feel like if they can deal with Nikov's navy, because Nikov's navy is all around Sato, maybe this is something that Deceptive Baguettes can hold on to and keep Leary away from the middle.
Heart's gonna lose his navy soon, maybe.
And his TC to wagons at this rate.
Yep. Oh boy. This is not looking good for Heart. They're gonna have to hope that Nikov and Leary can carry this situation, but Leary is facing the same problem on the middle. Like you said, the TC was discovered. Yep. The wagons are underneath. Leary's now going for ballistics. Anatov denying some more docks from him.
Yeah.
Leary has 14 galleons on the field, or on the water rather, but what are they really doing at the moment?
He's also going to run out of gold, right? So if they can just make enough Castle Age army to hold off Leary, Leary will die. There's no doubt. There's no way he'll be able to do it. And we know Heart can't contribute much.
What are you talking about? Heart's killing wagons, man.
That's true. That's really
good. For the last 7 minutes.
That TC has 11 kills and 0 deaths, people. The best KD in the game. Let's go.
I like how he's just standing under it, too. He's just like, whatever. He's been spending all his time microing the war galleys. It's gone all the way around, still hasn't lost them.
Leary just tried to drop a castle next to his TC in the middle, and it got denied by wagons. This is no joke. And look at Anno. If he can take an engagement against Nikov on the side of his base, which he is taking, this will be a good engagement for him, Dave.
Nikov does have 37 war galleys.
Yeah, he does.
So
He's
there's
got a lot.
Big navy somewhere else. It's probably in the middle here. Also has navy around the backside of Anatov's base and Sato's base as well. The problem here for AM is just purely Heart.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't have any Heart. It's that in this game, they literally don't have a Heart.
Well,
he's not part of it.
Yeah, and then just no golds. Like, Leary's been an imp, but he can't even use his TC in the middle anymore. The wagons are just shooting down the TC. And, Dave, you asked me, will Aftermath know what's coming? I figured they'd know about water, but I wonder if they didn't know what to expect with Koreans here. I don't know. Maybe
Leary
they could have gone land a bit earlier.
Yeah, Leary actually making that castle there. I question when Sato is going to be up because his resource is looking pretty low.
Yeah, true.
Feels like he should focus on going up now and maybe getting some trebs to keep hold of this. Maybe take out that castle. Anatov's still in the back of Nikov's sea here, or pond, or water, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he's got 11 ships, and he's actually cut production. 81 villagers for Anatov.
I guess the concern is he's pumping out a lot of vills from TCs while Nikov's imping as well. So they're not spending as much food on vills.
Ooh, transport onto Leary's Island with the wagons. Ouch.
Oh, you're right. And he can't stop that. He can't stop that, Dave. That's so bad for him.
There's absolutely nothing he can do against this. He doesn't have the stone for a panic castle. He's got one monastery there, but the wagons are clearing up his woodline. And it's like he doesn't even see it.
He doesn't see it.
At this point.
And look, more wagons just came in from Sato. So now Leary has to abandon everything. Leary's got 0 villagers collecting resources right now. Can they treb it back, though? He could still afford a treb or 2 to hit Sato's castle.
Like, it's always a good sign when you have to house wall part of your base to cut off your TC.
But, like, isn't this so cool to see that Deceptive Baguettes, they had roles here. And it all has worked according to plan. We now have a castle from Anno. It's going to be on Nikov's TC, so now he needs to drop a castle. Oh, and they need to deny that. They need to see that, and those wagons need to get over there right now if you're Sato.
I think they can. Anno can see that with his outpost.
Oh, but the walls from Nikov.
Nikov with the stone walls, and he's just delaying enough so that Sato can't get over there. He's going to get the castle up. Anno is also on the way to Imperial Age. Nikov's going to be there a minute earlier. If Anno stays around and repairs this castle, he should be fine. He's also got rams ready too.
Well, I think you have to send, like, you've got access to everything you need. So you just send in those rams to do whatever you can to force reactions from Nikov. Leary pushing with his navy. This is honestly the first time we've said Leary pushing with navy on the other side near Heart's base. And Heart's like, I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. Hopefully you can hold on.
Nikov is going to Anatov's island for wood.
What?
I don't hate it.
You're right. Honestly, if he had the stone, I'd love to see a castle there because that would be so bad for Anno's eco. Because Anno, while he does have eco in the middle, he's kind of trapped in here and surrounded by the galleys.
All right, castle forward will go down from Sato.
Well,
wagons are still on Leary's economy.
I would use those wagons to take out the Treb right now.
Yeah, you can just run right in there.
Yeah.
With your armor, like you can just run right in there. Anatov now reaching the Imperial Age. He's heading in with the Rams.
And maybe waiting for capped Ram.
Yeah,
here.
getting capped Ram. I mean, war galleys get bonus damage against Rams, so it's a bit rough to send them in like that.
The eco is incredible for Anno. He's got the Vil high with 97, but he doesn't have military.
Ooh, castle also from Nikov on Anatov's base.
Okay, Anno needs to run.
Get a good position, and Nikov knows he needs to run. He's going to cut off all these Vils with the war galleys. Anatov was at 96 villagers, but look, he's baiting the shots with one Vil, and he's going to get away with the other ones. I don't know what patrol that is from Nikov, but it's not effective.
Nikov just made some walls next to his castle, Dave, because he saw the capped Rams, and it obviously is walls against Rams, but it's really good because it buys him just a couple more seconds here to maybe take down the castle from Anno and then take care of the Trebs.
Yeah, he's not taking care of the Trebs. Look at the war wagons.
So many wagons.
Oh, there's so many wagons there from Sato. By the way, Hart is on 3 TCs. He's booming. He's at 42 villagers now. So he should be back in the game in like 10 minutes.
Nikov and Leary can now access some resources, keyword some resources, towards the middle. But you see Margu, first thing he does is click chemistry. He's also making Treb, so he's going to force that back. Also, he's not finished on water, Dave, as he's researching fast fire, and I love that because Nikov can't even upgrade his ships right now. He's so focused on land. If they can get fast fires around the sides of the map, I think Deceptive Baguettes can do this.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, with Galleons, you need the mass, and this map, there's just so many areas you need to be. It's going to be incredibly difficult. It's way better to have fast fires here so you can just patrol them in and not worry about it.
Look at these wagons. How much you want to bet Nikov is
Nikov,
going to have...
Nikov's space is dead now.
Nikov, in about 3 hours, we're going to see in the balance group a conversation about war wagons. Because these wagons are just taking out ships like it's nothing. I love it.
It's true because that's the way it works. If you watch a Nikov game where he loses against the unit, odds are...
I think we're all, a lot of us are the same way. We're like, we should give some feedback now.
Yeah.
Leary's going monks. He's had block printing for a while, so he's trying to go monks and trebs, which I don't hate. But now that there's skirms here for Anno, monks doesn't look so good anymore.
Anatov's economy, 100 villagers too. Nikov has 100 villagers, but they're all kind of stuck.
Yeah.
On his base or in Anatov's base. But Anatov has all this access to the middle of the map. Wagons are going to come in now. Rams are going to come in now. Monks will get sniped down. Trebs will get rammed down. Leary is still harassing a lot with the Galleons. He's been hitting Margugu.
Yep.
He's been hitting Sato, but now Deceptive Baguettes are completely on the center, and the Galleons can't reach a lot of this area, and that's where all the valuable resources are. So AM still super struggling.
And I think they're kind of shook by this, right? They played so well in terms of winning water. Nikov had so much Navy. He still does have so much Navy. But all of a sudden, the fast fires are pushing Leary back. Leary's still stuck at 55 Vils. Hart will never get access to the middle. And I don't see how AM have any chance to win this unless Nikov can make this teensy little push work as he's going with skirms and a 3-villager castle drop.
And it works until Sato comes over here again with the wagons.
Yeah, or just that gets Treb down or Rams down. It's very hard to do anything with limited space and gold right now if you're Aftermath.
Also, Margugu, with access to fast fire, will be starting to clear up all these odd navies here and there.
Yep, exactly. Also, towers. Looks like we're going to see some tower upgrades come in here. Fast fires will clear everything that Nikov and Leary has between Margugu and the center. And Dave, you saw the score flip. I'm sure the players saw it as well. Everyone looks to that to know who's winning a game. Sato's even going imp now? Uh-oh. That's going to mean even stronger wagons.
Deny that castle, please, Sato.
Actually, just Treb it. Let him finish it. You've got Trebs coming? Who even cares at this point? Just let him waste his resources, I guess.
Well, castle's probably going to go up. Yeah, castle goes up.
Dave, look at Anno's starting island. Nikov's taking stone. Leary's got a Vil there.
How did he even get over there?
I don't know, but that's his only villager on stone, and that cracks me up. Castle goes up. Castle now goes down. And I'm looking to see if there's a push anywhere from AM towards the middle. It doesn't really seem like it.
No. Hart is at 80 villagers now, so Hart's trying to get involved in the game once again. Is he producing anything? No. He's just like, wait.
Yeah.
I kill all. Let me boom.
I mean, he could go Feitoria, I guess. Oh, no, he's not Portuguese, so I'm dumb. Never mind.
No, he's Italians.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all that Deceptive Baguettes need at this point is they just need one person to go Galleon. Like, they're massing the castles everywhere, which is good. They just need a little bit more on water. And then I don't see how their siege and castle positions in the middle is breakable.
I think if Margugu clears up these galleons in between Anatov's former base in the middle,
and
they take care of that villager, they can take care of that castle on Anatov's base, and they'll be in a really good position. Because Nikov's going to run out of res super quickly here. He's almost out of wood on his own island.
Yeah, look at Leary's island. He's adding stables with Japanese. Absolute desperation. And he added so many fish, actually. He's, I think, ahead of everyone else with fish, and he's going to go fish traps now. So he's not going to give up. They're really going to try and push the middle.
Legit, dude.
Look at Nikov. Nikov running into the fire ships with his vills. He's trying to run to Anno's island. Those are some bold villagers. I'd be running right back, but I guess there's no resources there, so...
Yeah, the army compositions here for AM. Hart has villagers. Nikov has 50 skirmishers.
Yeah.
And Leary just has galleons and 2 monks.
Yep.
It's not what you need. And then you look at the military for Deceptive Baguettes. They have less military in general, but 36 war wagons, like fast fire ships, skirmishers, trebs, bombard cannons.
Yeah. They've got effective military. Fast fire ships are great in low numbers. Siege rams, great in low numbers. Nikov can make as many skirms as he wants, but that's not going to push back castles, and that's not going to stop the rams from closing in.
All right, Hart is about to be back in the game. Hart is going up to Imp. Hart is going...
This, dude.
Hart's going Bloodlines Husbandry. Okay. It's time for Margugu to make something on water. Other than fast fire ship now. Even just like cannon galleon would be nice.
I honestly think he's going to transport, and I think he's going to like go for condos, because I just saw, well, there's galleon and there's bracer, but I also saw infantry armor, which is making me think he wants to raid in some way.
Yep. Siege rams now working on the archer ranges from Nikov. I'd love to see a few siege rams come up to the north too, or even trebs.
Yep.
Clear out that island, deny those resources from Nikov.
And there we have elite war wagon for Sato, so it gets worse. Great job from Nikov, I have to say. He's somehow at 180 pop. The only reason AM have any chance is because Nikov has somehow been fighting 1v2. I mean, he hasn't been winning, but he's been fighting versus 2 players for the last 20 minutes.
It's a really tough position for Baguettes to push into, though, especially if there's galleons here.
Yeah.
Still, like, where are all the fast fire ships? Okay, the fast fire ships are finally heading over. They have to go all the way around. If they get fast fire ships in here to deal with the galleons, they can definitely push.
Great job from Nikov. He saw the onager, he sniped it with his galleon, so his skirms are still alive. But yeah, I think maybe what you need now is you just need a few docks over here if you're Margu. It just makes it a lot easier for you. And I think Hart's going to try... Like you said, he's going to go light cav.
Cav upgrades. Yeah.
Back to what we said earlier, I don't know if that's really your most effective military.
Here come the fast fires. Ooh, Nikov might lose this position now.
Oh, and the skirms,
boy, he's running right into them, too. Oh, Nikov.
And now, Dave, nothing can stop the onagers. So the skirms are out in the open here, and the onagers just keep running towards the middle and wait here, Anno. You know the skirms have to run. Just wait a second. You know you're going to get a good volley in. Oh, there it is. Well played from the Deceptive Baguettes, Dave, and we're still not seeing anything from Leary. Nothing from Hart in the middle.
Yeah, Leary is just going on to Galleon right now and trying to kill the villagers that Margugu landed on his side, but Margugu is making the switch into Galleon like you mentioned before. Fast fire ships in front. He's going to be able to clear that. He's attacking the castle with his fast fires on the other side, which is kind of unfortunate. But now the war wagons can push in. Anatov can focus on the castle on his original island.
Yep.
So he can start taking that out. And Leary, Hart, going to be running out of res pretty soon. Yeah.
Heavy demo on the wagons, though. This could be so good for Nikov. Delete him.
Nope.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, another one.
Okay, well, that could have been so much better for Nikov. It's not like he can afford that, Dave, as more castles for Margu and for Sito over at Margu's base. And look at the quick walls for Margu. The Lycav don't make it through yet. I think they might break through, but he's still fine. He's got so much eco in the middle.
Yep. Let's take a look at the res bank, or the resources available, rather. Hart running out of wood. Leary also running out of wood.
Yep.
Nikov is out of wood, basically.
Yep.
And now that the hold he had on Anatov's Island is going to get cleared up, not much to do for him. He's got 3,000 in the bank, though, so it's not bad.
Yep.
And he's building up a ton of demos now.
Yeah, Dave, this is over. This has been over for a bit, but this is completely over at this point. There's no way AM can stream Lycav into ships and wagons. And this is the start that Deceptive Baguette's needed here. I think if they lose the first game and then respond, like, okay, whatever. But starting it off with a victory gets them ahead of AM. They know that AM are the favorites. They know this is going to be a tough task, and I love how from the very get-go they surprised Aftermath with their strats.
Wagons on Hart's Island again. He's getting some flashbacks to earlier in the game when he lost like 30 villagers.
We've got cannon
Wagons
galleons
are just going to be
there,
sitting
too.
there. Yep, everything.
Yeah, more castles just everywhere you look. Castle after castle, tower after tower. What a game, dude. This has been so fun. And Nikov's got a bunch of demos and a bunch of skirms. This is like his final stand here. This is all that Nikov will have. He doesn't have anything on gold, anything on stone, and he's still a 70 military. So,
dude, Nikov has played this amazing. Like, he's been crazy this game. Honestly,
he has
been able to hold 2v1 on this side the entire last half of the game. It's unbelievable.
If anyone needs to go cav right now, it would actually be Deceptive Baguettes, because there's just a lot of skirms. So maybe some light cav would be good. But I guess when you've got wagons, you're feeling comfortable. I guess the populations aren't low enough right now for AM to consider resigning. But yeah,
Nikov's still got 26 galleons in the queue. He doesn't have that much wood in the bank, but 26 galleons, it's quite a bit. He's going to be able to hold for a while over there. But now Margugu is heading over with his big galleon mass. He's going to intercept a lot of Hart villagers. Hart maybe needed to get rid of them anyway. He had 124, not much res to take, but still, he's losing more villagers on the wood, and every villager that goes down with wood in their arms is really going to hurt Hart. Needs all the wood he can get, and tons of them are dying at the back there. Nikov's still holding against 2.
Maybe even pushing a little bit, too. And Dave, also we have Sito with Onager and Anno. This is probably why Nikov's pushing back. They just saw that Leary had access to wood, and they decided to punish that. This is crazy. Leary at 150 pop, going skirms and Navy. Hard at 120 pop, but if that's the lowest on your team, you should definitely continue to fight for a bit.
Yep. You never know. Maybe your enemies make a fatal mistake. Leary actually saved the villager up in Anatov's Island, but they called it GG, and Deceptive Baguettes is going to take game number 1.
Wow.
Nikov fights on, though.
Yep.
Nikov stayed in. I was 2v1 the whole game. 2v1. Come on.
You know, you asked the question earlier, like, is Aftermath, do Aftermath know what to do in this map? And they played like every other team except for Deceptive Baguettes. Deceptive Baguettes, I should point out, did not play this map like this apart from that one time I mentioned the show match a few weeks ago. So I don't know if, like, they're hiding the strategy. My understanding when I saw it was that it wouldn't necessarily work against good water play, and it did. So great job from them. Aftermath are going to have to go back to the drawing board. Obviously, they're going to have home maps to work with, Dave. But this just made the second semifinal a bit spicy.
Did I ever send you the clip of Aftermath arguing after the
arena game?
3v3 loss on Arena? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was like 20 minutes, dude. And every time the argument would wind down, it would just start up again. It was so good.
It definitely showed that they take it seriously, you know? Like they were that tilted with each other that they took.
Do you have
but
can you shoot me the Civ drafts, by the way?
Yeah, real quick, just to touch on that. So 242 kills for Sito in that game, 137 units lost. Art had 55 kills and 159 units lost. Leary had a negative KD. Nikov had a negative KD. Everyone on Deceptive Baguettes was looking good as far as kills there. And yeah, I'll send you the drafts real quick. Alrighty. We'll have to both change capturage, I guess.
Yep.
And then
change it.
We'll have the game. Should be easy enough. But good to see MBL in here, man. Happy to see that he's playing. Deceptive Baguettes looking to make it 2 in a row. And I think for Aftermath, they're in a unique position where they're potentially out-strategized. They're going to have to go for the execution. You never said that with Aftermath before. For the Deceptive Baguettes who won the first game, we've got Margu in the pink. Margu playing Vietnamese. Pocket is Anno playing as the Huns. And then you've got Sito in the red playing as the Mayans. Up against him, MBL's gone Ethiopians. Their pocket then is Leary, who's gone for the Huns. And then Nikov, who played great last game, is Vietnamese on the right side.
All right, so they have MBL playing as the flank here. And Hart on the... Oh, no, not Hart. Okay, for a second, I thought it was Hart. I was
colors,
like,
yeah.
Leary is about to have a headache and a half. Trying to communicate with them. Not that they're bad players, just trying to communicate with them. At least he has Nikov on the other side, who's a bit more calm, I think, when it comes to the voice communications in AM, which is weird to say, honestly, that Nikov is like the most mature member of this team, you know?
Yeah,
or like the most calm, not mature, but like the most calm member of the team.
Yeah, it says a little bit about AM team as a whole. They've always had a lot of emotion, let's put it that way. They're incredibly fast, incredibly quick, incredibly accomplished in 1v1s too. And I'm really curious on MBL Sito's side, because I think Sito, he has really fallen into form over the last year due to his archer play. And overall, I think that Mayans are a better general archer civ. But MBL, he could have Leary backing him up. And with Ethiopians getting an early bonus of plus 100 food, plus 100 gold, it gives you the option for faster fletching or just more resources to work with for maybe a man-at-arm play.
Ethiopians, though, are like dude, I keep harping on this, but every time I see Ethiopians, they're dying. Unless it's Leary or Hera controlling them.
Well, team games is
like,
a little
it doesn't
different.
matter. I know, but it doesn't matter. Team games, 1v1s, Empire Wars, Standard RM, I feel like they're just always dead. We'll see how it pans out here, and whether MBL can make them work. But Mayans, I would definitely favor.
Okay, so you remember 2 minutes ago when you may or may not have been paying attention to me, where I mentioned that point where you normally see one person dock on each side?
Yep.
So we've got 2 docks here. The benefit is, if Leary were to make 1 fire galley, that would never win the water now. So in theory, you could have Anno never go to gold, make a fire galley in feudal. Sito is already going to be on gold and make 1 fire. And Leary will lose all of his fish, and there's no sign to me that Aftermath will actually dock with the second player. So a big thing to point out here at the start.
All right, what are the uptimes looking like? It looks like Margugu is going for Loom already, so potentially thinking about a super quick uptime here with the Vietnamese.
This guy's nuts. I expected on Coliseum
like
as well.
Pop?
Yeah,
18 pop up? Oh my goodness.
You skip the mill. This is a little rusty because he doesn't quite have the food. But you skip the... Oh god, this is actually really bad. Maybe he should have made another Vil.
9 more food. 9 more food. Click.
There you go.
There we go. Imagine he didn't have the second building.
Yeah.
That would have been classic. But of course, he's got the mining camp behind. And he's going to be up to the feudal age. We see the scouts prowling around the middle. Like you said, double dock for our Deceptive Baguettes. And MBL is going for Loom, and he's going to click up soon. He doesn't have the food either, though.
A little rough with the build orders here. Now, for MBL, he's going to be, in theory, up faster because he hasn't gone for the dock. The dock does slow you down, but it gives you greater payoff in the long run. What it means is Sito can honestly have every single villager on wood and gold because he's going to have enough food income from fishing ships where he doesn't need any food income from his vills. But they scouted it, Dave. Aftermath scouted it, and look at Leary now. So Leary is going to go to water, but he also would need to make a barracks. He also would need to make a stable to make scouts. So he's kind of choosing to go water instead, which is not necessarily a bad choice. but it will set back his scout numbers.
MBL doing MBL things, trying to prevent this deer being pushed in by Sato. Like, so silly. You can't lame the boars here. So MBL choosing not to do that. Did you see that drama, by the way, in the BF game? After
with the lame?
Yeah, both of Tato's boars.
Yeah, I did see that. It was a bit weird too, because like that was admin-reable if the players would have said something because Licks didn't have a pond he could dock. So
yeah,
a bit of a weird thing. I'm happy I don't think we have Black Forest for this set. As much as I do like watching it, so. I think with these teams, if you want to see the best games, you want some different maps.
Yeah, I don't think Deceptive Baguettes really wants to go up against Leary, MBL, and Nikov or Hart and BF either.
Yep. All right, so double dock from Leary. He's opening fires. This is something that, as far as I know, has not been scouted at all by the Baguettes, and this is not something they've been up against either, Dave. They've always just won water because they would both add a fire galley. So good job from Leary.
Yeah, and he's going to be there with 2 fire galleys faster than Sato gets to the feudal age. Sato also going for those militia. So he's going to be preoccupied on land. And man, Margugu, the 18 pop up into double archer range is just kind of insane.
So fast.
Honestly, it's absolutely nuts. Nikov, though, with 2 archer ranges of his own.
Yeah.
And it's Vietnamese versus Vietnamese. And Nikov's got himself a nice little hill to sit on there.
Yeah.
If Margugu wants to come in. So I think with the closer production and the hill, I think he can defend.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Nikov's got like a 3 or 4 villager lead because of how on the limit Margu was. So as long as Nikov just holds and defends, which he's going to attempt to do now, I think Nikov will be better off there. And now Leary's on the fish. And you notice what I said. You've got the fire coming out for Anno. He needs to repair. And Sato needs to be with him here. But no second follow-up fire for either of them. So Leary's going to win water.
Leary wins water. 1v2. We see Sato still running around here. MBL with the defensive towers. So he's going to go to the pocket player now. That actually is a pretty good move, as there's going to be no archers available from Nikov to defend against the men-at-arms.
Yeah.
And MBL is going to be trailing behind, so maybe Leary gets punished a little bit here, but MBL does have 2 archers, so he should be able to hold against this as long as he lets Leary know. And he signaled 3 times, so Leary should be fine. Yeah, quick wall is easy.
Now, the trade-off for this is that Leary's just not making a stable, whereas Anno is already on 4 scouts. And you can see the scouts, Dave. Look at this. The scouts are coming in behind the men-at-arms from Sato. So we talked about coordination from Leary MBL. Well, MBL noticed this because his archers will go down to this if he doesn't.
He sees it. He sees it with his scout, and he's going to get greedy. He's going to get greedy and start targeting those men-at-arms. He's going to be asking Leary for the assistance from the spearmen. And now Anatov needs to back up. This is great teamwork here from MBL and Leary. MBL playing that perfectly, actually. Didn't lose any HP on his archers yet.
Really good play. Also, Nikov, really good play. He hasn't taken any damage. He went for the early tower just in case. And he's actually pushing forward. And Margu is going to see the 2 archers on the front for Nikov, though. And Nikov might regret running forward.
Yeah, the problem for Nikov is that he has exposed res here that can be hit. His production can be hit. And Nikov's going to run around in circles in Margugu's base looking for something to hit. There's nothing there until you get over near the gold. Yeah.
If he could do a little loop-de-loop over... You got Leary going down to the scouts. Pardon me. And he can't get the quick walls down, Dave. So he's lost 1, and he's probably going to lose 2 here to these 3 scouts.
Maybe he gets the quick wall now. She's looking for a place to run.
Yeah, great job. You get away with the scouts now as we have Sato in with the next force. We do have MBL, though, going directly towards Anno. And I think this is completely untracked. Leary's going to be there as well.
Yeah, he's got Leary with 2 scouts, too. And where's the wood line here from Anno? Oh, I love the wall at the back from Anno. Walled all the way around there, so it's hard for the archers to range him. Has a lot of exposed farming eco, but can garrison those villagers in the TC.
Ooh, MBL.
And MBL.
No way. No way.
MB. No.
That is so bad, Dave. They would have dominated. I mean, he does do a good job at saving what's left, but like Nikov's here as well. They'd have 3 on him.
They'd have so much.
Oh, geez. And meanwhile, MBL, the reason he didn't notice, Dave, he just lost 3 villagers on his gold to
Look
Sato.
at Leary losing bills. Look at Leary losing bills. He already lost one on the wood line. He's going to lose more here as the archers follow up. And Leary's got to be. I'm tuning into the AM chat after this game.
Dude, it's crazy though. Like Leary won water, but they've completely lost out on lands now. And if they're able, and when I say they, sorry, if Deceptive Baguettes can just defend Anno right now, MBL is on the back foot, and this is, well, we actually have a pause now. Like, this is really bad for Aftermath.
Yeah, is there like, I wonder if any one of them is streaming right now. I'd love to hear their comms. Oh
well,
my goodness.
I'd be shocked, honestly. I know it's like a go-to to be like, oh, they're like upset with each other, but honestly, this is so intense. I don't think they can do that. Like, this is a really, really intense moment. I did just say that this is good for the Baguettes, Dave, but as the pause comes in, it's 142 total pop for the Baguettes at 141 for AM. So it's still super close.
Leary does have the 8 fishing ships.
Yeah,
so even if he loses some villagers, he's at 25 right now. The other pocket player is at 36.
Yeah.
But you got to add those 8 in and consider that. Because there's still plenty of fish left in the middle that he can take. And he's even adding more too. So he's trying to compensate for it. Unfortunately, he just lost a lot of his lumberjacks. So
yeah, he's got like no wood.
Struggle for wood, yeah.
It's so funny. Like, just look, since we have the downtime, just look at all the wood lines. They're all so bad. Okay, we're back in business now. Everyone's having similar struggles with that.
Anatov going for a tower on his wood line. He's got a smoke monkey in there that he needs to watch out for.
Wood lines now with the scouts. Good job from Margu. He's going to send some skirms over. Just to help out. Track, make sure the army doesn't hit him on the other side because he's got that exposed gold. And you see the army still from Margu running all around through Leary's base. And here comes Anno to help. And again, as I look over here, I'm seeing these lumberjacks for Leary, and he really needs wood right now. Scouts will engage. Man. Yeah, this is
scouts are there at a perfect time, and Leary's trying to get his spearmen over there, but if he communicates... Oh, if Anatov communicates with Margugu, the spearman could go down. It gets 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. Actually, decent hits from the spearman there. And looks like they might be able to clear that up. No, the spearman won't be able to finally clear up all the scouts, and the archers will still be around his wood line. MBL has to deal with a bunch of archers from Sato coming in as well. MBL tried to hit the gold from Sato, but Sato noticed that. Pulled away in time. 41 villagers for him. 39 for MBL, so not as big of a difference as you might have thought.
Leary just wrecked Anno. Anno's got nothing right now. He got hit by those scouts. He is sending his own scouts back. This is a messy game. It's like every single player has been hit, and now it's MBL's turn as Sato comes in with this big force, and MBL does react. Great reaction, but he'll lose 1, probably 2, and then he could lose his gold as well if he's not careful here.
Yeah, good house walls there. He's going to rely on the tower to do the damage. And he goes for another tower. Very MBL-like.
Yeah. I think it's a good move, Dave. I think you really need that. And this game has just been back and forth as you've got Nikov now. Nikov moving an army forward unchecked by Margu.
Oh, that could be really devastating.
Dude, he needs to get Town Watch. You need to get Town Watch. This should never surprise you here. And Nikov's just going to pass by him?
I think he was heading towards the gold. And Margu, great recognition there from Margugu. He's going to notice that the archers are here before they attack. He'll lose 2 villagers, but he could have lost a whole lot more. Actually, 3 vills. Great pickoffs there from Nikov.
And now Sato. Look at Sato. You've got Sato getting hit, and Sato is on the way to Castle Age as well. The army count is still so close. Aftermath have pulled ahead with the economy. That is probably just Leary's fishing ships, but great work from Aftermath.
Look at the scout number for Leary.
Yeah, I see that. 11. Where are they, though?
11 scouts. He's got a bunch near his base, clearing all this stuff up. Looks like MBL is going to clear up the remnants of Margugu's army here.
Yeah.
And now we've got Anatov also on the way to Castle Age. MBL still being annoying over at Sato's base. And Leary looping around with scouts once again towards Anatov. And Anatov is pushed off the gold again by Nikov. Loses 2 more villagers there. He's really struggling. He's on the way to Castle Age. He's going for a second stable. But will he have the eco to even produce once he gets there? He has no gold in the bank.
If Leary could just mark it here, he could be up too, but he's really struggling for the wood for that. I think he knows there's this archer army for Sato, but he can't find it, Dave, in the south. He's looking everywhere. He cannot find that army. Sato's going to have crossbows now.
Dude, he's going for a jungle adventure back there. What is What is this? Is this a corn maze back here?
Leary.
Where's the army? Where is it?
I mean, I feel like even if the army was back there, you're not going to kill it anyways. Oh my God, that's funny. And he still didn't see it. And MBL's over here too to help out. But now these are crossbows, Dave. And this is a solid time window. There's nothing Leary could really do to stop crossbow at the moment.
Well, if he has enough scouts, he can collapse on them.
That's true.
Like, it's not too many crossbows. That's 9 crossbows. Full feudal upgraded scouts can really do work. And Margugu is now at the front of his base. And Leary's got to be like, come on, guys.
Yeah, right?
They keep showing up. Your guy is here over and over and over again. It's just such a crazy open map.
And look at, like, he's got deer villagers out in the open. Sato doesn't see that yet.
Nope.
And that army from Sato really should have hit there, but good micro from Margugo. I think he will get good trades against these scouts. Leary 2.5 minutes from being up, and now MBL has hit Margugo's base as he adds a tower. This is insane action. We even have crossbows from Nikov's in the back of Ano's base.
You just got to look at the villager counts now. It's even across the board after all of this insanity. Fairly even. The scouts are now collapsing on the crossbows, and we'll see how well these full feudal scouts do here. MBL with archers of his own, too. Armies from Deceptive Baguettes completely cleared at the back here. Great clear up.
Great, and honestly, great micro from MBL there. He dodged back and forth, and Sato was trying to clear out archers and missed a lot of shots there. So now you've got knights for Ano.
Yeah, Ano's got knights there. He's going to clear up some of the crossbows from Nikov. MBL is still at the back here with archers, and he's going to upgrade those to crossbowmen. And I wonder if he goes... Man, he could hit the wood line from Anatov so bad if he could just sit under that tower. And Anatov doesn't realize in time. That could be brutal.
Ano's got to make a decision here. You either choose you full boom or you make knights. I do not think you can realistically do both unless you have a fish boom. And of course, Leary has it. He's benefited from it. It's been messy, but I think Leary's been loving that fish boom.
Scouts on Sato right now. Leary is almost in the castle age. He continued producing some scouts on the way up, and he's going to pick off 3 villagers, 4 villagers, 5 villagers here.
Look at
and now he's on the way to yellow
resources.
Again.
Leary's got so many resources.
Oh my God.
He can get every upgrade. He can get attack, defense, eco, and make knights.
Add another stable, my dude. You've already got 3. You need 4. Holy, that economy from him, and it's all stemming from the fish boom. Getting the +2 armor, queuing up from 3 stables, and he's still got tons in the bank. And now him and MBL are just sitting on Anatov, and this feels bad if you're Anatov.
Look at Sato and Ano, though. They're like bots, just making a beeline right to Leary's base. They know Leary's ahead. They know they need to stop him before the upgrades come in and before the numbers come out. They force him off of gold, but Leary just added that second tower, and I think that's just enough to make them think about running away here. This is a great game. And we haven't talked about Nikov and Margu in a while, but Margu is really far behind. And this is a common thing for him. He goes for the hot, fast numbers, but then his macro lacks compared to a player like Nikov, and Nikov is dominating that side. I think AM just need to hold for a couple more minutes, Dave, and their eco is going to kick in here.
Yep, I definitely agree here. I mean, we've got 1 army from Deceptive Baguettes in the back, but it feels like Leary only needs like 30 seconds before he can take this fight alone.
Yeah, I agree.
Basically.
I don't know if that's the fight, though.
There was a lot of weak knights. There was a lot of weak knights from Anatov from before.
Especially
now Leary with +2. Yeah, he's just going to completely wipe all of this. And now we look on the other side. Nikov's still wandering around with a bunch of crossbows. We've got Leary with these light cav heading into the wood line. Good spot there from Anatov to put that wall down. He's playing good today. And what's Margugu? Oh, Margugu still has archers at the back of Leary's base.
I just think it's so funny that they've run to this wood line like 16 times, and Leary refuses to make a lumber camp there.
Yeah.
Like, he should make a lumber camp there. He should make a TC there, but he won't do it. And it's actually benefited him as you've got MBL all over Sato now. And Sato's got 36 crossbows, Dave, but so much of it's defensive. Or sorry, I should say he's got 30 crossbows. Someone's going to have to do it, and I think Sato is the only one who can make it happen.
No, Sato just got hit by MBL big time. You don't see it right now, but he just lost like 5 villagers on the wood line there. He's down to 39 now.
I'm just looking at the army numbers, right? Because if it's not Sato, there's just no way.
Margugu is still a minute away from Castle Age, and look at his base.
Yep, Nikov hops under the tower, casually makes a third TC. That's
and
a fourth
MBL
TC,
is still
actually.
there. The opposite flank is still there.
Yeah.
That's just super annoying.
This is a crazy game, man. This is a fun one to watch. I think Aftermath will be very pleased with their performance. And
a tough.
Lycav, yep. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Oh, he's just completely surrounded here.
Yeah, he's just going to overwhelm him.
Yeah, this is... Unless they do some counter damage, there's no way. And I think they've been too far behind for too long here to ever get enough forces out there. Great game. GG called. 1-1 here in the semifinal. Dave, for me, I bring it back to two things. First off, as impressed as we were with the uptime from Margu, I think it was almost too much. Like, he was 4 villagers behind before he made his first archer. Like, that to me feels like it's too much. And then also Leary's approach to go water. Not something I expected from Aftermath here. I've seen the double dock approach with 1 fire from each player work many times. So great preparation from Leary. He definitely benefited from the fish boom because he was losing a lot of villagers.
I think it was looking so good for Deceptive Baguettes. Even after losing the water there, the damage they got on MBL, the damage they got on Leary, I don't know if they got any significant eco damage on Nikov. I just realized Nikov is 4 TC. Holy.
Right.
But, man, did Aftermath ever bring that back? And a large portion of that is Leary, like, committing onto the scouts. Yeah, a lot of players would have made, like, 4 or 5, but he made how many scouts this game? Like, actually insane. Like, 30 or something? 28 light cap from Leary.
Yeah, I'm looking at the eco KD. Nikov killed 14 villagers, lost 0. Leary killed 28 eco, which would include fishing ships, obviously, and lost 13. MBL killed 23 and lost 7. So, yeah, it was the way that Deceptive Baguettes wanted to play was they wanted to win this quickly. And when they weren't able to, AM were able to field more and still love the game. I'm glad that MBL didn't lose his team the game running 6 archers into the TC like that, though, because that was a critical moment.
That was brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I bet you Leary was like, MBL, what are you doing?
It's so tough, though, because, like, he lost 3 villagers on the other side, so you know he was reacting to that. And it's so bad when you react to something that's already a negative for you, and then you look away from your army and toss it all away. So it was a very good game from Leary, though. And I wouldn't have expected Leary to play that position, to be honest. Leary's normally that archer flank, so happy to see that he's comfortable in both roles.
Bedouins here. Tristan, can you explain the map?
I could, but I couldn't explain it as well as you do.
Got him. Wait, what?
I said I could, but I couldn't explain it as well as you do. It's a
compliment. You'll just have to try your best.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the most Dave way to explain this map. You know what? I'm not even going to try. I'd just embarrass myself. Bedouins is a map based on fast food. And what's different on this version of Bedouins is that the shorefish have 300 food as opposed to your standard 200 food on shorefish. So normally you'd see Indians because Indian villagers collect shorefish faster, but both teams have decided against that. You've got Nikov flank playing as the... Wait, flank? What? Whoa, what are these positions, man?
I know. Dude, I've been trying to figure it out.
Okay. So this answers our question on what we said about the Vil spawns in the other series. MBL is the flank, and he's next door neighbor to Margu. Then you've got Nikov far away, pocket Berbers. Then you've got another next door neighbor situation with Leary as the Mayans against Anno as the Chinese, with Sito the one remaining far away. What is this?
I think Margu, I like the idea of having Saracens right beside Koreans. I think like Saracen early pressure can really punish Koreans, but that gold is concerning me. For him, and like the other golds are so far away, it's gonna be a trek to find a safe gold. Maybe even want to like talk to your ally now and say, hey, you interested in walling in a gold somewhere for me to go to? Like, damn. On the pocket positions, we've got Berbers against Berbers. Unfortunately for MBL, Sito is a little bit closer than Nikov is. And they call it Rio. Okay.
I think we both players scouted it with Sheep and we're just like, yeah, I'm not having this. Like sitting right next to our opponents when we're up against these teams is not what we want. So that bothers me though, Dave. Like there has to be more consistency with the map script where a team doesn't have to waste a re on that. Like restarts are usually, I guess they're there in case there's an issue with this script these days, but considering the other semifinal had really wonky setup and all throughout the group stage, it was different. I'm wondering what changed.
Well, you'll have to. I mean, maybe they deliberately went to the edges. You have to double check before you call it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe that happens 2 out of every 100 times, and we've witnessed that in both semifinals today, but feels a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a good restart because I don't think that messy early game is, at least not on Bedouins, is what we've seen. Anno has a really sick build order with Chinese, which revolves around fast imping. And then Margu will use the Saracen market, like I think you mentioned, Dave, and usually have a faster castle age.
Mm-hmm.
And Indians was banned, and I completely missed it, so that explains that. So they'll have the same positions, guys. They will have so they're like same color or whatever, and they have the same civs. So they can't come back now and then go for different civilizations now that they know what the opponent's gone for. But let's talk about Koreans. Like it or hate it?
I like them because if you ever get yourself into a position where you can go war wagons, it feels nice. But I also hate them because, like I said before, if you're up against the civ like Saracens, you're really going to struggle.
Yeah.
Big time.
I think where Koreans feel good is their free armor. And that, in particular, can help if you ever can go into skirms against an archer civ. But skirms in a team game normally doesn't fare too well when we're going to have knights for the enemy. So,
yeah, it's MBL too. We could just see it like straight archer play.
Yeah.
Into crossbow.
I think they're a bit underrated. I think that they just are further down the pecking order than civs like Ethiopians, Britons, Bohemians, Vikings. They're maybe like 7th on the list of archer civs you want to go for here. But like, we saw how good Chinese was in the first semifinal. If Deceptive Baguettes lose this game, I think they go in at a heavy disadvantage on Regicide Fortress if that eventually happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they really need to win this one. Koreans would look really good if you can pick them and it's one of your weaker civs and still get the victory. And also, I have people asking about it. So basically, you can call 1 restart per best of 7 for any reason. Could be you forgot to create builds from your TC. It doesn't matter. So they called their restart, most likely, we're guessing, because of the map positions. And it looks like they're in the next one.
Yeah, and we've got interesting map positions again as we see Anatolf and Sato once again right beside each other. Or I guess Margugu was the one that was beside MBL or really close to Sato last time. MBL up near them, and then Nikov and Leary bottom side of the map, and Margugu in Narnia over there on the left side.
I think this is better, though. Maybe not better for MBL, because he's a bit further, but they're not right next to each other. This should allow players to expand, and they don't have to fight over 1 gold, which would have been the problem before. But Anno, I mean, now it's Chinese versus Koreans. There's actually a big difference here, and I think that's better for this team. The Chinese start with 6 villagers. They start with 0 food, but if you get that TC up on the food, you're going to keep villagers pumping. Then cheaper text throughout the game becomes very strong, and I also love the fact that probably their best archer civ in Chinese is right next to Sato.
Dude, these camels are going to be so annoying under Sato's TC. I'd shoot them now. Just get rid of them, honestly.
Thank God that people don't really lure boars on this map, because I could see someone bringing in a boar, and then the camel blocks the villager or something.
Yeah. Or if you need like a panic house at the last second, then you have to watch this camel waddle away from the foundation. It's just going to be annoying. It's honestly going to be annoying. We see Anatov now signaling MBL, and Margugu X the corner. What's that for? And now he's Xing near Leary.
They might be having a conversation on like positional stuff. It's hard to say. I'm sure we wouldn't be able to understand it. But yeah, I mean, he found MBL with the sheep, so he knows where MBL is. Lots of scouting with the sheep, especially because they don't need it for food. And I think Margu's signal was he also lost a sheep, Dave.
Okay.
So he's
and now
like,
MBL is about to lose a sheep to the TC. No, he doesn't see Anatolf at all. with these ones. Sorry, goats, not sheep, chat.
Yeah, get it right.
I apologize. Yeah, you said sheep first, bro.
No, but you followed with it. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's terrible, actually.
Yep.
I agree. How could I? Sato not exploring any of the enemies, but getting good exploration on the back. He's got a lot of goats actually working at the same time. Can see him slowly starting to feather out. Margugu. 2 goats left only. And let's run through everybody because there's barely anything else to do. Leary with a couple goats. And Anatov. Just kind of, his looks like a brain, kind of, the exploration there.
Sorry, okay, yes. MBL signals. It does look like a brain. Looks like a mushy brain. Looks kind of like what my brain would probably look like, though I've never had it checked. And, you know, I think here, and we could reference the previous semifinal, this comes down to what the approaches will be. You can go fast up, which we've seen from Margu last game. But on this map, it's a bit easier to wall. There's a lot more food out there, so a lot of teams are leaning more towards the fast castle. But with the first semifinal, Yo went fast feudal. We had Jordan and Doubt going fast feudal and then killing Yo. So you don't necessarily have to go fast castle here. And with MBL being out in the open, I think it would make a lot of sense for Sato and for Ano to work together. And then maybe Margu, since he's in the corner, he could play more defensive.
Margu is playing with the Saracens, though, which is a civ that you probably want to play 1TC, right?
Yeah, all in, for sure.
So it's kind of tough for him being so far away from everyone else. Mm-hmm. It's not like, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to boom into Mamluks. Not really the play. But we'll see. We'll see what he comes up with.
Yeah, MBL, one of the few players to not make a lumber camp. I guess Sato's the same, but he didn't make a lumber camp on the edge.
It's just not a good lumber camp.
No, it's not.
I was wondering about that. Did he think that was the edge?
No,
he explored at the back there. That's funny.
Well, I think if you go too far, you could then be too far to save your villagers. So
yeah, maybe. I
think that's part of it. Like everyone else, I guess you've got lumber camps for Ano. I mean, his is still way better, but it's all pretty close. And wow, look at the uptimes for the baguettes here.
Yeah, uptimes all at the same time. We've got 19, 18, 17 pop, respectively, for each of them. And Loom is just now coming in for 2 of our Aftermath players. Nikov already on the way up, though. And he is going to be going likely into Scouts here. Scouts don't feel the greatest, but I guess if you're this far back,
yeah,
it would be useful.
I like the idea of making 1 or 2 and then assessing the situation. You're going to have the food income. If you hear from MBL you need support or there's opportunity to make more and do more damage, then you'll know at that point. So I kind of like the approach here. Ano, though. I mean, he's up so fast. He has so many vills, and he's going to be going archers. Compared to MBL, who's 90 seconds away. This is both a great builder with the Chinese, but this is also Ano with the Chinese. He's done this every single game for the baguettes.
And MBL does not realize that these production buildings are going to be so forward. He only saw that house and the lumber camp way back there. Mm-hmm. So in his mind, like Anatov's TC could be way farther back than actually the house.
Yeah.
So he's not going to suspect this level of pressure, but he's going for walls right away. He's going for big MBL walls on the side, and he'll probably get the ones at the front down before the archers come out. It's just whether he can get the ones at the right down before they come in. And these are the most MBL walls I've ever seen in my entire life, as he makes himself a circle.
Yeah. It looks bad because we love to full wall to the edge of maps, but I think it's easier for him to house wall behind this. It's easier for him to defend this. And I can't help but think back to that one time I asked, I think it was like Dogao or forget, I asked a pro player to give me feedback on what you'd look for certain players in a hidden cup. And whoever it was like, MBL, egg walls. Constantly egg walls.
Dude, look at Nikov.
Yeah,
Nikov's got some egg walls of his own, too. He's going to use the TC to defend that gold in the front, and he's just going to go for straight-up walls, secure the ponds so he can fish from there, and right back to the TC. And look at the walls from Leary. He's, like, trying to write some weird hieroglyph.
It's an hourglass. The hourglass walls, okay. Well, they won. They have to think about what resources they need to secure. And if you're not Mayans, you don't have very cheap walls, and plus that's a lot of villager walking time, so you've got to be real careful here. But Leary's going to go FC.
Where's Anatov going with this army of his? He was up really quickly, but he's only got 3 archers on the field. He lost the spearman in the middle of MBL's eco, and there's really no potential to pressure for him.
I think he's being told by Sato that he's going towards Nikov and he wants help. But I think this is a moment where Sato realizes that the walls are in. He's got forging, by the way, so he really rushed out the scouts and forging, but the walls counter that. Also, Margu, Dave, so far from clicking up, and he's going to take a bad engagement against Leary here, I think.
Yeah, and this is because he's so far away from Leary.
Yeah.
Like, he had the production beforehand, but Leary, with just 1 archer range, is going to be able to go up to Castle Age and defend here with similar numbers, simply because Margugu needs to run forever. You said he was so far away with the resources from going up to the next stage, but remember, he is Saracens, so he can make it work if he wants to.
And market's going up. He's still got food underneath his TC and around. He's also walling. He did lose his spearman, but if you're going to lose anything, you're okay with losing the spearman. And still watching Anno, who's forced MBL off a few resources, but is okay. And then Sato, oh my god, if he could run past Nikov's TC. Oh, he was thinking about it, Dave. Like, where that one shortfish
gets a Vil
is.
kill. Nikov gets a Vil kill right under the TC from Anatov.
Good work. Take some guts there to not make additional scouts at home and go forward with it. That was impressive. And he could hit Sato. Sato has probably heard about this, but he's not exactly ready yet. And here comes Nikov again. Not the best grouping up here. There are going to be some defensive scouts, and yeah, he runs away. For now, though,
attacking 2 different villagers at the same time. But here come the other 4 scouts you were mentioning. And Sato is going to have some problems here. He needs to quick wall in the shore fisherman, which is not really the greatest feeling in the world. And suddenly the villagers are engaging. Another villager going down there for Sato. Nikov focuses the scouts first, and then we'll look at the villagers later. But Sato with a decent defense, honestly, with the Berbers.
I mean, you do have the archer players with their uptimes. But I'm sorry,
MBL
go ahead.
on the woodline.
Oh,
MBL on the woodline from Anatov. And Anatov maybe a little bit surprised by that army and doesn't have enough to defend. Another villager exposed. He should be able to get that away. And Leary is now in the Castle Age. And he's going for a classic Leary play. University right away.
Look at Nikov. Nikov trying to defend. You've got some archers and some scouts. Sato and Margu will feel like they have to do damage because AM is all over them. Like, Anno can't take gold right now. And Nikov's still got scouts around, so this is really annoying for them. Still can't kill Nikov, and Nikov is so good, Dave, at damage control. I mean, they all are, right? But he's just going to wait until he can make a few knights to clear this, and great job. And finally, MBL is going to get cleared, but MBL did his job. He defended from the early rush. Now he's going to have to defend again, though, because Anno is 40 seconds from Castle.
MBL on the way to Castle Age as well. The problem for MBL is going to be the wood lines. Like, the walls are great here, but he goes for another lumber camp right next to his wall, and it can be ranged easily by the archers. Nikov now running away with the scouts. Where is Leary? It's hard to see Teal on this map, but he's got ballistics coming in. He went for ballistics before the second archer range.
Yeah, very macro-oriented here, and you've got Sato. Sato with the scouts, and maybe Leary was a... What? Well, let's see what happens here, because if he takes the archers, his villagers are fine.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to take that. His villagers run away. But yeah, Leary, great job, man. That could have been so bad for him. He'll definitely send some crossbows back. Definitely greedy, but he hasn't been punished for it yet.
Anatov now going for a university of his own. He's only got 8 crossbows.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's not the best thing in the world. MBL actually has more numbers, so once he's up, he should be able to take the fight, and he's 38 seconds away. But he needs to back up off the berries there. Woodlines could be exposed if Anatov keeps looping around.
Nikov will come in and support. Nikov, in my opinion, has kind of been the difference so far. Leary will probably be the difference later, as he so often is, but he's undermade army. Nikov was able to get more damage in when he was doubled, and he should be able to support MBL, and great job from MBL to place some houses. He needed to buy time, Dave. He did do that. Anno still thinking about moving in, but I think we'll see MBL's forces and think twice about this.
The toe is going to have some problems here. in the interim before he gets to Castle Age. There's knights, +2 knights wandering around from Nikov. And Anatov actually might have issues as well. Want to see how much is left on this tree. Can I click the tree?
And Leary lost on it. 2 villagers, but he did do a great job with damage control. Still has army at home. MBL, great job. That's been the difference, is damage control here, Dave. And Nikov gets through the wood line. I guess you were talking about that. And now Anno falls back. And for Nikov, he's very far away, as we previously established. For Leary, he's got 2 TCs already, so looking good for AM.
Oh, I'm just going to watch the micro battle over here. You said Margugu was a little bit of a micro nerd. Well, he's coming up against the resident micro nerd in Leary. And oh, man, just the nice little splits in the middle of that, too. Both players with ballistics. Really great stuff. And Leary's going to chase him back. Margugu says, I've had enough of this. But Leary has 3 TCs behind this. The third one going up right now. And Margugu is still sitting on 1.
Leary, if he could just... Oh, he's on 2 ranges. I was going to say, if he can just keep pumping out numbers, he's going to be in a fantastic position. Unlike MBL on the other side. MBL, where's his eco right now? He's running away with it. He's off of gold. He's off of wood. As I guess his crossbows have either been wiped up or completely out of position. Yeah, I see it now.
Completely out of position. They're with Nikov in the middle. I think Nikov was signaling for him that he needs help. And MBL just has everyone inside the TC. He's waiting for Anatov to run in here. He's struggling with wood, struggling with gold, struggling with everything at the moment. He does have a TC to the south, which is fine, but half of his economy is extremely exposed. And once again, Leary and Margugu going at it, but Margugu takes the worst out of that trade for sure.
He's also been a little late with his production here, Dave. Leary happy to take those engagements. I do actually like the fact that MBL came over to help Nikov, though, because Nikov's in the carry position here, and he was up against camels. So if you have some crossbows in the mix, those camels cannot engage against Nikov anymore, and it allows Nikov to continue that boom.
And if you're sitting here with knights and crossbows at the front of Sato's base, he can't go to anyone else either.
Exactly.
He's stuck. He is hard stuck here, and now he's looking at his camels and going, well, these aren't very useful whatsoever, and he's going to ask for help from Anatov, which pulls Anatov off of the economy from MBL. So it accomplishes a lot of things. Great teamwork there. And now Leary's signaling the siege workshop on this side, and everyone is now shifting down to Margugu's. How random is this? We got all 3 players going towards the left corner where 1 player is stationed from Deceptive Baguettes.
We'll see if Margu... I think Margu is hearing that they need help with this army, so that's why he's here. I should point out that Leary has 45 villagers off 3 TCs, and Margu has 44 off of 1. So while this could be really bad for Margu, I think he's got to go for a gamble here. He's got to go for a shot. And here it is.
Wow, the delete from Margugu, but MBL knows it's coming out and splits around it. So that does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and now Leary's here to join the party, and everything's all discombobulated for the Baguettes. Anno has arrived, which gives MBL the security and room to breathe that he wants. 60 villagers for Nikov, who's been beasting it. He's got 15 knights with more across the map, and that siege workshop will likely go down. This is so good for Aftermath. I think they win this fight, too. Like, camels can't get anywhere near crossbows.
Nope, and the knights are just taking out the siege workshop. And they were just delaying for them to finish working on that. No more mangonels coming out. No pressure on MBL's base, Leary's base, Nikov's base. Nothing along those lines, and Margugu is stuck in the corner here. His allies can't help him. They're trying.
Yeah.
But it's extremely difficult. And a forward villager now from Leary. Is it going to be a siege workshop from him? No, he only has 25 wood, so...
I'm keeping an eye on the resources, though, Dave. Say what you want about how Nikov's played.
Yeah.
But Anno and Margu might click up first. They're all using the market. We know that Saracens are good with that. And the buildings have been built for Margu. Now, he lost the siege workshop. I think since he built it and also had the university at the same time, he could still go imp. It's 6 on food, though.
I don't know if that's the way that it works.
I think you can. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. I'm always unsure. I've been playing this game for so long, and sometimes I think it is, sometimes I'm not sure. I just don't remember.
I get it.
Half the time.
Yeah, we see 1,000 games. You're gonna miss some things here or there. Nikov's done a great job, but I do like how Sato is trying to pressure. It also has not worked at all, but at least Nikov's receiving some pressure. And Aftermath has the military, Dave, but we all know how good Arbalest can be. And I thought that Leary was going to be the one who'd be imping faster here. And he will click up, but there's a time window for the Baguettes to maybe bring this one back.
Nikov, big raid. 16 knights coming into Sato's economy. Plus
True.
2 knights. No camels there. Okay, he's going to maybe think about helping MBL, but then he sees the MBL only had 4 crossbows there. And what is Nikov doing? He's just attacking the stables?
I think maybe he was dealing with something at home, Dave. You have MBL who went with the ram. I don't like that. Anno can keep his range up now. And Nikov has to pull away. And while I have so much confidence in Aftermath with these Vil counts and the military counts, the imp times.
His army. He's going to reach imp with no crossbows.
Oh, no.
He's not careful.
There's no way he splits away from this. I think Thumbring is in at this point. He needs support.
Nikov's coming.
But
oh, God.
Sato does have a lot of knights right now, but I think it's equal to what Nikov has. Yeah, that hurts. I think Margu really needs to stay at home there. Leary on the way up. So now I'm looking over to Anno and saying Anno's going to have to be the difference. And now his army's getting called out. It says he has 36 crossbows, though. So I'm looking for the others. I don't see them right now.
Yeah, they're in the base by his gold. He's still got 2 mangonels there. He's just trying to delay MBL as much as he can. 6 seconds away. Let's look at MBL's res. Not even close to going up to imp. So let's see if MBL feels any pressure to go do damage right now.
MBL is going to have to go full cockroach mode because Anno, he's done this every time I've seen him play this map. He goes Arbalest, Bracer, immediate forward castle. And MBL's already prepping a tower there, so... Oh, if Sato could take an engagement against Leary's army... Ooh, no. Nikov's there, Dave. Such a great job from Nikov this game. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and once Leary gets to imp, it's going to feel really bad for Margugu because he's stuck on this side. He's completely alone over here. Sato has some knights for now, but Leary's going to have the better eco. 77 Vils versus 48. Leary is going to have more army, and Leary's going to have similar upgrades too. MBL full cockroaching, like you said. Arbalest just taking down the TC. MBL adding guard towers behind. Benefits of Koreans, I guess.
Yeah. They've also lost all of his, or losing all of his army in the middle right now.
Yep.
So MBL is just going to have to hold on, and it will be Nikov who's imping and Leary who will have to carry this one. I think it's doable, though. 50 ARBs for Leary. It's hard not to have confidence in that. Margu just now completes the upgrade. They need to get over to Leary's base and pounce on that crossbow mass.
Yep.
I don't like the castle spot for Anno. I think you're so far behind here, and they might not know this, that I would have preferred the castle be further forward.
Yeah, like on the pond.
Yeah.
Basically.
I can understand the anxiety surrounding that because MBL had siege there, and maybe that's part of it. But this is desperation mode. They just don't know it yet. They'll know it when Nikov's in imp. And Nikov is currently being hit by Arbalest from Margu, by some units from Sato, and now that's exactly where Anno's going with his ARBs. I like this.
And MBL says, don't worry, I have a guard tower.
Seriously,
Aha! He kills the goats!
No food for you. Anno probably needed that. He's got very little food eco right now.
Okay, but now Margugu should die, right? Leary is heading out with a lot of Arbalists.
Yeah, and Sato.
And look at Nikov in Sato's base. Oh my god.
So good from AM. So good from AM. If that would have been the imp TC for Nikov, that would have been clutch. Yep. But even then, I think Sato's taking so much damage. There's no way they can deal with this. And then there's no way that Margu is going to be able to deal with Leary on the other side.
Nikov is just wreaking havoc. Sato is down to 48 villagers right now, and there's a lot of exposed vills in the north. Leary still pushing Margugu a little bit. Where is his main army? It's heading up towards Sato's base. Oh, no. He's just ignoring Margugu completely, and he's going to head over to Sato's base and keep doing work over there. Nikov still with knights as he gets the final armor upgrade and should upgrade them cavaliers soon.
I'm looking at his resources.
Here with 44 Arbalists, Tristan.
His eco, Nikov's eco is struggling, but it's not 42 Vils like Sato. So it's not great. I think the Baguettes have done a lot here. They're taking out their 3rd TC now. But MBL's just done a great job at keeping his Vils alive so he can come back into the game later. And Leary he could probably kill 2 people on his own right now. Yeah, it does feel like with the Vil counts being so low that this is probably it for the Baguettes. But still, really good attempt. And honestly, Nikov and Leary, played so good in this game.
Yep. I think MBL did damage as well when he needed to, and
Yeah,
more importantly, he didn't die when he needed to survive.
That's literally it. With Koreans versus Chinese, that's it. And so it's a perfect civ for MBL.
Nikov's going to be a little bit mad that MBL's not signaling this area where Nikov's losing like 20 villagers.
Okay, finally we'll complete Cavalier. But Nikov's group of knights here in the middle, they've got 33 kills. 18 knights, 33 kills. A lot of those were villagers. And Anno, I mean, he's got the best eco right now, and it doesn't look too good when you take a glance at it.
He had 67 arbalists somewhere.
Yeah.
They're just spread out.
Yeah, he's got some in MBO space.
At the back. Margugu is in the back randomly. They're really using that Saracen team bonus there.
Leary needs to kill someone right now. Like, he's building up towards it, but he needs to kill Margu because MBL is slowly dying. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. He's stuck in Castle Age for another 3 minutes. And the Zimp TC is the next TC.
Oh, no. Make more guard towers around it. You need all you can get. Oh, my God, MBL. Like, might lose this TC to the Arbalist.
Again, if Leary doesn't kill Margu right now, that would be a really big deal. But I think Leary, he's known this for a while now. So he waited for Capt Ram, and I just don't see how, as he has 80 arbs.
Yeah,
I don't see how he doesn't kill Margu. I guess he needs to lose some arbs so he can kill Margu. That's the problem. But he's even sending some Arbalest over to help Nikov and MBL in the corner.
Just look at the general stats at the top between the two teams. Military more or less even, but eco is insane.
Yep. And here come the Rams, and at this point, Mangonels won't save you, so you'll lose your buildings. If you make the Mangonels, that'll be taken out by Arbs. Just a really solid game from AM.
Yep.
And I think, you know, it came down to damage control. Just surviving the early stages against the Baguettes. We saw the fast forging from Sato. He made those initial scouts. And Nikov, who was later to upgrades and was later to the scout numbers, made his scouts actually work. So we kind of laughed about the walls and how oddly shaped they were, but it was perfect for AM. It's exactly what they needed.
So many town centers for Nikov and MBL this game.
Yeah.
Holy, they've just expanded like crazy. Leary's kept all three of his working. And he's pushing forward with even more Arbalists now, down to 51. So he lost the ones in the base. And he lost some in Nikov's space as well, defending. But Margugu is going to be completely dead soon. And Sato got cleared. He's been at 30 villagers for a while now. No TC for Sato, actually. No TC gameplay for the Frenchman. He calls GG.
Yep. Onager was being researched by Margu, but I think we knew that wouldn't work. A really good fight from the Baguettes, but Aftermath, after losing the first game, and I think getting out-strategized in the first game, they have definitely outplayed the Baguettes in terms of the execution. I think everything that Aftermath wanted to happen here worked out perfectly. You had Nikov untouched making knights, Leary untouched making archers. And MBL's score there is a little deceiving, folks, because he lost like 5 TCs in this game. And he just had to hold on there. That was his job. He held on. He contributed where he needed to. You now have a win with a very weak civ overall in the Koreans, and you can save Chinese for future games.
All right. Game number 4 here. We got AM versus Deceptive Baguettes. And we do have Crescent. And the last couple times I've seen this map, I've seen one player go water from one team, 2 players go water from the other team, and then the team that had 1 player water had someone booming and then someone going land pressure on the side. So I don't know if that's very similar to the way it always plays out, but that's what I've seen.
Yeah, it does depend on the team. I'm really curious on if Aftermath did their homework here, because when I've seen other teams play, you tend to see both or all players dock either on the side or in the middle. So Nikov, for example, being Persian's a really good civ to fight for water control. He would maybe dock the middle. What I've seen from Deceptive Baguettes is they will have their Burgundian player go back dock Fishboom, and then later he will go front water when he's in Castle Age after he has good economy. Mm-hmm. And then you'll have like Sato on the side where you can't cross. He'll go full water to control things. And then you'll have Margu go forward. So, but I think at this point it's like kind of well known. So maybe we'll see Nikov think, well, why would I front dock when I can back dock and just have a free fish boom as well?
It's interesting that they have MBL furthest away from that land bridge.
Yeah.
Last time I saw AM play this map, they had MBL in that position. And MBL doesn't strike me as a pure water type of player, or someone that enjoys that type of gameplay.
Yeah.
I would expect Leary to be over here maybe, or Nikov to be over here, and then MBL to be in the pocket or on the position with the land bridge. I don't know if you can control that, though. You can control the flanks and the pocket, but can you control which part of the map players show up on?
You can
with your colors.
Okay, fair point, actually. I don't think there's actually any way to control that, but I'm trying to think back. No, I think the player 6 has been on the front before.
Okay.
That's a very good question, actually, and hugely relevant. So maybe someone could test that for us and let us know in like 2 minutes. But oh god, Sato almost lost a villager there.
Dude, I was looking at the same thing. I did the same like sound that you did, like the
yeah.
I was so nervous about that, but he got it back in. He's going for the side dock as well. MBL going for the side dock too. So a little bit of a water battle brewing over here. Malay against Malians.
So what I really like about what I've seen from the Baguettes is that they have very defined roles here. Whereas I think what AM is going to do is they're going to work together a bit more. So Nikov with a forward dock, he'll probably make some stuff on water because he thinks he's exposed. And then you're going to have MBL likely do the same. So a bit of a 2v1 on water. And I guess we could kind of compare this to how they won game 1. Remember, there were 3 people on water. Then there was 2 people on water for the Baguettes. Later came back onto land. So it's been a long day and we have a pause now. Not sure why exactly, but oh, wait, I could tell you why. I bet you Leary and Nikov are seeing if it's allowed in the rules to lame a villager taking a boar.
I'm just looking over there too.
Yeah.
I don't think you can lame the boar, but I'm pretty sure you can get in front of the villager, right?
Dude, the rules for this tourney is just like reading a freaking book. We stole a boar and found out the hard way that was an admin loss in the first series, and I don't know about this one. You can't steal the boar, but you could maybe block the vills.
Any readers in chat? Any adminers?
We'll see if people want to search for it. I mean, they're looking right now.
Imagine there's like a rule right beside it that says you cannot pause to check rules. It's like, well, damn.
Well,
you got me.
I think this is really smart of them though, because this is a way to get an early advantage. This is also, if they know the strat, typically where you see man-at-arm archer. So if you set that guy back, they'll give you an edge. I love how there's a permanent signal on the minimap, so we know where they were looking at right before the pause. So they're talking about it. And I don't know where the first boar was for Margu, but if it is allowed to block villagers bringing in boars, he really should have brought in that boar earlier.
Oh, you bring that one in first.
Yep.
For sure, for sure.
Okay, sec. Oh, wow, okay. So maybe, I'm not sure why the pause has happened, but we have a pause.
Maybe Margugu said that they were lining up to lame him.
Yeah.
And they were the ones checking.
And
or maybe it wasn't a rule check at all. Maybe someone was at the door. You never know.
The thing is, though, if it's not allowed, then he would have just gone for the boar. So I think it is allowed. And look at the teamwork from AM. That's going to be a Deadville.
These are 3 players that are never going to let you get away with that. Like never, ever,
that's really
ever.
Bad. And as much as I'm a big fan of Margu, I think that he has been the weak point a little bit the last game or two. So he can't make that mistake. Down a Vill, delayed boar as well, which could delay your uptime, but he will bring it in at least.
Okay, let's look at the uptimes here. We've got Nikov going up first in the pocket position, playing as the Persians, and MBL going up next. And then we have Anatov following MBL. Anatov once again playing as the Burgundians. And like you said, he booms with the back dock. He gets up quickly. Does he go for like gill nets right away?
Well, the only thing I'm surprised on here is he normally goes scouts. So this is definitely a change strategy. So I don't think this is a fast castle. And Nikov has seen his back dock, by the way. I've been so... Oh, wait. Never mind. He looked for the back dock and missed it. So I take back my compliment.
I've been so impressed with this.
Yeah, like I was about to give him all these compliments, but he's looking for it though, and if he doesn't see it, he might be a little confused. But they didn't scout the front. I guess on the bright side for
MBL's transporting.
Ooh.
MBL's transporting.
Ooh.
This could be really bad for him though, because there's nowhere to land there, and with this line of sight with Sato's dock, it's not like you can just sneak by.
Yeah, that's true. It's Malay. That's the last civ you want to sneak. Oh man. Okay, so Sato's gonna go to his dock to make Navy in 20 seconds.
Classic MBL sneak villager. It's only, Sato's only got 30 seconds to realize this is happening. It is blue, though.
Yeah, it is blue.
And he signaled it on the edge. He's like, there's a villager.
So the sneaks are all about forcing reactions. I do like how MBL made the barracks at home, so he doesn't have to waste too much time.
Yep.
And he just keeps going, dude. He's going to go up to Anno's fishing ships at this point.
Looks like Sato is actually bringing his scout all the way back. He might miss this transport. He's going for galleys right away. MBL has not invested in any fire galleys yet.
Where's
and
MBL
there's an archer range from Leary. Like I said, man, MBL is not the guy you would see going in a full flank water battle.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised to see this.
Ooh.
It is good though that Sato thinks he's in that corner somewhere.
Leary lost his scout, didn't see this until it was maybe too late. Men-at-Arms are here, and Margu is stonewalling. This is also what we've seen from Deceptive Baguettes. He knows how dangerous Leary is with archers, so he says, all right, I'm not going to let you cross here.
Okay, Sato just X the transport ship and X the fact that it was empty.
Okay.
MBL is not walled in his villager here. Oh, God. Okay, he should be able to get the archer range up.
This also forces Anno into a defensive range, which is not something you would normally do. Normally, we've seen him go double dock and add a lot of fish. I guess he's still trying it, but I think that has worked out. And then also the Men-at-Arm rush has worked out because Margu can run right to Nikov. And so now Nikov has to wall up his base, and he's in the middle with all these galleys, Dave. Look, he's like, where are the docks? They normally should have fish. So yeah, he had no clue what the plan was for Anno on water.
This isn't the worst thing in the world, though, for Nikov, because now he's going to go help Sato. Looks like MBL is redocked in the water there, and Nikov will realize, because there's a few fire galleys over on the right side, that Sato is all alone on this side. Maybe he can fight him, and maybe he can add some more fishing ships behind.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's adding more fish.
That's good.
Behind this.
Yeah, that's really good work. Also good work from the Baguettes. They killed MBL's villager, and MBL's just making archers now, but unless that archer range isn't walled in, I'm not sure if that's going to do anything. I guess it's really far away for it to be walled in, so maybe he can sneak around still.
It's time for MBL to bring this transport ship back and bring another villager. They'll never expect it.
Wait, where is it?
It's at the front.
I don't know how it got there.
In the middle pond. I don't know how it got around.
What? I don't see it yet, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, that's surprising. Leary has to think about fighting back on water, Dave. Like he's unable to send his archers across because he sees stone walls. And we have a transport from Leary, actually. And so he's going to transport across. Nice play.
And Margugu has a very exposed woodline there. Although Margugu has an archer range with 4 archers, so he should be fine to defend against this. MBL still building up archers in his archery range. We have lots more scouts here from Enitov, and this means that the scouts have to be dealing with this. They can't go forward. They can't harass the economy from the other players. Right now, it's only the men-at-arms from Margugu that are still able to hit somebody. And MBL, well, MBL's got a pretty compact base. He should be fine as long as he sees it.
I'm a little surprised to see Nikov taking this fight. It is as close as it gets, but he's got more confidence than I do here, and it ends up being an even trade.
Ooh, Fire Galley from MBL. Good addition. That's going to be a clear win there for Nikov if he goes in.
Look at the micro here. Anno with his starting scout and the men-at-arms now from Margu who have looped the whole way around. MBL's going to be like, how? How did this get here? Wow, I love that, Dave. And, the archers for MBL, though, could hop out as we have Anno on the way to Castle Age.
Yeah, MBL losing 3 villagers. Margugu actually lost a villager to the archers from Leary. And Leary still pressuring. So many places to look. archers from MBL about to pop out of that archer range. Fire galley going down. Men-at-Arms still being annoying here. 31 villagers for MBL as he goes up the castle now.
The archers can clear
Leary's
this,
still being annoying. Oh my goodness.
Leary's still being annoying. You also have the archers popped out of the range. They could focus this down, Dave. MBL transported on the front now, so he's got stables there. He's on the way up. And I'll say, normally what we've seen in the past from the Baguettes is Anno will go front dock here, and he'll try and clear up all the forward fish. But we have not seen that yet, as he has bigger problems with MBL.
Leary is getting such good value from these archers. Like, we've never said that before.
Yeah, true.
He's getting amazing value from those archers, and now he's coming. He's taking back water.
Love it.
Suddenly, Leary with fire galleys. He docked behind the fire galleys from Margugu, and he's going to be able to clear up the fishing ships from him. Margugu will have to invest more on that. MBL clearing up the men-at-arms. One villager versus the remaining men-at-arm there. And Nikov reaches the castle age. Anatov reaches it as well, but Anatov's fish are going to be exposed.
I love how MBL in this game and the previous game just played to his style. Koreans, stay alive, make it awkward. Now, Malians, forget about water, transport. And I'm impressed, and I will say that Anno is going to front dock here. So he's going for gill nets. He will need to defend his own fish in the back, so he's got so much to do. He also needs to make knights to kill MBL on his land. And he needs to be making fire ships on the front to snipe Nikov's fish. So this is tricky.
MBL waiting at that wood line. Look at this. He knows there's a hole.
Which wood line? I'm sorry. There's so much happening right now. Oh,
the wood line from Sato. He knows there's a hole. He's waiting for the crossbow upgrade just out of sight of Sato.
Oh, wow.
So good from MBL. Oh, my God.
This is just experience for you. And Sato, of course, is going to be microing against Nikov of all people. And MBL says, sup, buddy? I'm on your wood line. How's this taste? And this is going to be so bad for Sato. He needs that wood, Dave. He is actually winning the fight against Nikov on water somehow. What a ridiculous game we have. Is Leary pretty late to Castle Age, we should add.
Well, he got hit by the men-at-arms early, and then his fish got harassed, right? So he had difficulties for sure. Nikov's still pushing this stuff back. MBL
I love it.
Harassing with the crossbows here, and Sato is in a really rough spot here.
Good job from Margu, though. He's tracking another army from Leary. So Leary unable to get more damage in with his archers. And if we could just wait for about 4 or 5 fires to go right to Nikov's docks, Nikov and MBL could lose all their fish in the middle, Dave.
Yep.
Look at the amount of fishing ships Anno has. It's insane. I mean, he's losing some, but he's really done a good job with the back fish boom.
Yeah, Leary is not in Castle Age yet, so these are fire galleys, which are going to get ripped by the fire ships. But now Sato has taken control of this little gap with his navy, and Nikov is just kind of waiting to push in here. MBL still sniping villagers, by the way.
Yeah.
Anatov forced to send knights over to this spot to try and deal with this. He's actually has the +2 armor, which is impressive, considering he has that and all of the wow. Okay, crossbows in.
I love the gate aspect of this strategy, right? You stop them from coming over, but you make it possible to go over yourself. There go the fires, Dave, in the middle. If he finds the fish, Anno is going to clear up about 10 eco from Nikov. Nikov's still in a good spot on water, but he hasn't been able to kill Sato. What a game this is. But I think it's a game that Deceptive Baguettes needs to win if they have a chance at winning the series.
Leary has all those fire ships still alive at the back, and he's actually looping them back around, but he's not going to find much as he's being chased by Anatov. But more fire ships coming from Nikov. So fishing ships at risk once again from Anatov. He's running out of fish at the back there too.
Yep. Yeah, I think that is where the problem lies right now. The fact that Anno has to defend his fish was never... That's not part of the plan. He needs to be going offensive with water, with a free fish boom, and then going land forward to the enemy's side. And MBL's aggression, which is constant, has made Anno's job probably the most difficult job he's ever had to face in his life. He's literally got to be in 3 spots right now, or his team is dead.
Credit to him, though. I mean, like, he's got a good economy behind. He's getting Cavalier. He already had the +2 armor. He's getting Wheelbarrow now. Like, He's done a really, really decent job as he continues to harass the fishing ships from Nikov and MBL. But now he's going to lose all his fish, and he's going to run into some big problems. These are a lot of kills here from Leary. Watch that eco number just even up, and now AM's going to take the advantage there.
Yeah, and MBL's like, well, I still got the buildings, guys. I still got the buildings. I'll just land boom now. And he's got 3 TCs. He's going to land boom. Nikov's been on 2. Leary in a position to probably hold. And again, just great strategy from the Baguettes. But Aftermath have just found ways to break it.
Yep.
MBL microing now with the crossbows. Great job from that. He's up against Cavalier. Castle Age Cavalier, of course, unique to the Burgundians. But MBL, he's going to micro here. Probably keep this army alive and then make a new army from the archer ranges and from the stables.
Even taking out Cavalier is such a good trade from him,
yeah.
Honestly. This is what Anatov had going for him now that his fish are dead. He had the strong land army, and MBL is going to now make his way over to Margugu, and Margugu might be a little bit annoyed when these crossbows show up. He's trying to do damage to Leary right now, but Leary has just kind of moved his eco away. He's got 3 TCs, and he's got a Mangonel in defense. Things are looking up for AM for sure as MBL arrives now at Margugu's base.
How he reacted is just beyond me, because he was actually microing in Nikov and Leary's base with archers, and now he's got to save himself. But Dave, look at the amount Anno has on food at the moment. He's got 6. He had 15 fishing ships. He needed those fishing ships to last so he could get into the farming eco. And now we could even see that push from Nikov kind of accelerate as Sato still kind of holding to his position. Maybe Nikov could also contribute with knights. He could send
MBL
knights with Leary.
Oh, man. MBL almost sniped a villager with that last crossbow there. All the AM guys, by the way, ballistics. Actually, no, never mind. Leary doesn't have ballistics. I thought all of them did, but they're really using it well as they continue to snipe villagers here. And Nikov, of course, still winning the water battle against Sato. Credit to Sato for staying in this.
Yeah.
Nikov hasn't really been hit as much as Sato did on land. But Sato using this choke point well, and that's preventing Nikov from being pushed, or from pushing into his docks. Leary trying to clear this army at the back from Margugu, still being annoying. Nikov goes for stone now. So is he thinking about a castle potentially?
I'm looking at the food count. No one's really nearing the Imperial Age. I think for Sato, he knows he has to go fast in, but MBL's back. MBL's back to the wood line. He can't run in this time, but he does have ballistics. And Sato reacts a little late. Who can blame him? And that hurts so much.
6 villagers down there. Yikes.
Also getting pushed by Nikov. It's 22 versus 29, though. So Nikov's got to be careful here. You're ahead right now, Nikov. Do not take any poor engagements and allow them back.
Yep.
He can't tell that he's that far behind in numbers, I guess, because the galley stack. What is this? What is this fight? Is he reacting? Oh, he's losing villagers on the wood line, Dave, to the crossbows from Margu. And so it's double trouble for Nikov. That was really bad.
Yeah, Nikov down to 73 villagers. Still a considerable amount more than Sato, but over on the other side, he just keeps patrolling in, Tristan.
Yeah.
He didn't realize how many galleys were stacked there, and now he's going to be like, what?
Yeah, right?
There was 24 war galleys in that one little tile? I engaged with 11. Like, that was a big mistake, and he's going to start pulling him back. I think maybe...
Oh, wait. Other side, Dave. Cavalier from Anno. He can finally free himself up, and Leary's got a quick wall. There is a hole there, though, and if he takes the siege out here, Anno, no way.
Leary saves it.
Oh, my goodness. He saves it. He needed those mangonels. He's going to have them. He's got another one, though. Anno should take that and then run right by. Good work. Just run right by. He could run right into Nikov's eco, and this is doable for the Baguettes now to maybe bring this back, Dave, because Nikov cannot really defend himself right now.
MBL's back in Anatov's space. Anatov has a Mangonel there to defend against it, but it seems like every time he's finding success somewhere else, MBL just rats his way into the back of one of their wood lines or something. MBL also getting hit at home by crossbows from Margugu, but he's got a Scorpion there in defense now. Looks like Sato is finally pushing out with the Navy. Nikov struggling to find any damage. And another crossbow army here from Margugu. This is getting nervous for AM. They were in such a good position, and now Deceptive Baguettes have found a lot of good damage.
Hey, you've got the water now, so like, it's not that important because there's not many fish, but it still does help. And then if you control the seas, it'll make it more difficult for AM to pass over on land later on. That one fight for Nikov on land was just, or sorry, on water, while losing the villagers on land was just so bad for him. Yep.
That was not good. MBL loops all the way around Anatov's base, and he's going to show up in Margugu's economy once more. Margugu's got to be like, bro, like, how many times is this going to happen?
It's so funny, though, because Margu's done the same crap to MBL. So, like, MBL's patrolling scorpions after crossbows, and Margu's not letting him kill them. So, they're both kind of receiving the same taste of the same medicine here, I guess.
I guess the biggest difference for me is just the general eco count.
Yeah, definitely.
The general villager count is higher for AM, and we see Leary and MBL both going up to Imperial Age now. Oh, MBL might be in trouble here with the crossbows. Oh, that micro was actually insane.
Just so much value, Dave. From two ranges, one stable. So much value from MBL. I don't think the KD is going to end up looking really good. I don't even think the score is going to end up looking good for MBL after this game. But if you watched it, you'll know why Aftermath were able to do so well in other areas of the map.
MBL had like half a tile to micro back from that Mangonel shot into the Cavalier from the other player. Even just clicking there without accidentally targeting the Cavalier is pretty difficult. And he managed to dodge it, managed to clear up the archers there from Margugu. But Margugu with another force at the back, and he's showing up at MBL's base once again.
Dude, I'm so ready to watch Margu send in the next force. I just saw that red sheep in Leary's base. I like instinctively looked there, thinking it would be a crossbow. He's everywhere right now. You've even got Sato bringing a random galley around the back right now just for some support. And Sato's imping, Margu's imping, everyone's imping right now except for Nikov.
Yep. And Nikov is kind of building the res towards Imp. Leary, though, look at these Mangonels. He's got 5 Mangonels, Tristan.
Yeah, it's a lot. Does he consider Onager here in a team game? You don't see that frequently. Margu gets found by Leary in the back. But on the bright side for Margu, he can at least take out some crossbows before Leary's in. A good job from Leary to get out of here because there's some scorpions from his teammates. And Margu deciding to run away, which will buy him more time as now we focus on the front. And yeah, dude, that's a lot of Mangonels for Leary. And he's going to add his own stone walls, which I think he could have done a little while ago. I like that.
MBL getting fast fire. I do like that as well. And remember, MBL still has a force. He still has buildings in the back.
That's so annoying.
Of Deceptive Baguette's economy.
Yeah.
He's going to go for more camels there. He still has the crossbows alive. So they have to worry about multiple fronts here. As Leary uses his fire ships to take down the stone walls. And he's going to come through with Arbalest, with Mangonels behind. Hasn't gotten that Onager upgrade yet. Hasn't gone for any Fatorias either.
See, we've got 30 Arbs on the map, 24 in this force, and then you've got about 20 for Margu. Plus, there's going to be Paladin for Anno. I think if they could just fall back here and hold for a little bit, when Paladin kicks in, Leary's going to have some big problems here. I think. But then there's MBL. Like, I would be so sick of MBL if I was Anno. Like, if without MBL being here, they would have been able to focus solely on Leary, and Leary would have had bigger problems.
Fast fires from MBL pushing into Sato, so he doesn't need Nikov's help anymore on water, and he's going to discover the forward docks here from Anatov. And Anatov actually had a transport garrison in one, so maybe was thinking about bringing over some units there. He's going to clear up the land army from MBL at the back. Paladin's still a minute and 30 seconds away, and Leary has lost a lot of his Mangonels. Ooh, Mangonel from Margugu!
Fire! Okay, well, I guess that's something. And, Bomber Cannon going down. They don't want to waste that.
Yep.
That's very sloppy from Leary. And I think, again, once
does
Paladin
does
comes
it,
in,
though? Does it? Oh,
finally.
It does. Okay.
Dave, Nikov took so much damage, and now he's trying to come back on water with Persians making galleys. What is to stop Leary from getting smashed by Paladins in a minute?
Maybe the castle, maybe the walls he put up.
Yeah, maybe.
Potentially the Arbalest.
That's true. That choke point that he has. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take it back. If he didn't have the walls, though, he would be in big trouble once Paladin comes in.
Yep. Nikov's getting back on water now. He's going for fast fire. Ship now. MBL also making some docks at the front. Looks like Sato is castling near the production buildings from MBL. The transport survives from him.
Leary
so
needs
opportunities
a dock
to
or
send more
gate.
across.
Yep, there it is. And Bombard Cannon number 1 goes down. Villagers are going down. Paladins are through. This is rough for Leary. He might not actually complete the castle if he's not careful here. He needs to get more villagers on that castle. It's only halfway up.
The
Another
problem
Bombard
here
Cannon.
might be Burgundian Paladin not having that extra HP, but Leary not able to get the castle up. The Burgundians will deny it, and the Arbalest coming in, and now there's a castle for Margugu. Leary, like you said, struggling against this, and Nikov is just going full water right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't have anything to help out with.
Okay, if I'm Anno though, the like 6 or so paladins that you have near the Arbs, send them into Nikov's base. Send them into Nikov's base. Force something from Nikov and then send all your reinforcements here. I love this from the Deceptive Baguettes. They have deceived AM into thinking that water is important here. And I feel like water was important earlier, but now it could be about land, as MBL has no sneak, MBL has no lands military, and Nikov has no lands military.
I will say, if MBL wasn't in the back there, Leary would be completely dead right now, because there'd be like 15 more paladins.
Yeah.
There was so many paladins in the back from Anatov clearing up all that ridiculousness from MBL. So great job from him, and now Nikov going into paladin of his own, but the momentum is just with the Baguettes right now. They have the score lead as well. MBL trying to send more villagers across. Nikov guarding for him a little bit. And castles all over the place, so I don't even know if he can get villagers there.
Yeah, it's like he's got enough paladins to at least stop things from being built. And I'm looking at Leary's base, and the castle is going to go up for Margu right in the same spot. And I just...
Leary does have 33 Arbalists. They're all garrisoned, I think.
Yeah, where, though? I'm trying to find them right now.
It's got bombard cannons, too. Like, there's a potential swing here if Deceptive Baguettes throws away their army.
Yeah,
I see a bunch of Arbalists in the back there. I see Paladins now going down in Nikov's space. If they throw away their army, Leary can come back with a big force here.
Nikov with the classic overboom when you're stressed strategy. 146 vills. And he's still making more. Leary, apparently a castle will just not go up in this area. Okay, Leary won't deny it. And the pressure continues from Anno, and all he needs to do here, Dave, is snipe those bombard cannons. If you snipe Leary's bombard cannons, Leary won't be able to keep up the production of Arbalest. And even though... look, there's Trebs from Sato on the shoreline on the left side, so he'll take out MBL's castle. What has MBL been doing? Oh, he made the stables.
Yeah.
He made
I
the
was
stables.
watching that. I was watching that. If only Nikov was there to help him a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to go for some camels there. It's not going to be enough, though. And Leary is still surviving, but he's not vibing for sure, as he loses a lot of villagers at the back. Down to 60 now. He's lost 30 villagers in the last 2 minutes.
Dude, what a game. And what a strat, right? Like, it was so good from AM to deny the back fish boom. It looked so bad for the Baguettes. They don't have the names, like they're not the Vipers or the Doubts or any of those big names, Yo or anything. They came into this tourney, they made it here, and I think they just won this game. I think Leary's completely dead. He's at 80 pop. They need Leary alive. They need map control. And Water's not going to give that to him because Sato has 60 galleys there, or galleons. And 70 or so, or 50 paladins are about to storm right into Leary's base.
And I'm looking at MBL Zico. It's like 130 villagers, but where's the resources going?
Yeah.
Right now, he's just making 6 camels.
Yeah, and he, like... I get the thought process to try and land, because I think if this game would have continued and they've used all the camels at home, they would still have been in a bad spot. Great find here from Nikov, by the way. He's going to clear up those Arbs from Margu. If only there was a demo there, but still, I mean, Paladin versus no Paladin... Margu's taking all this map control, and he's just going to add more and more Arbalest.
Is he going to clear those up? He's found himself a nice little rat spot, and here come the Paladins. That is a perfect rat spot. 18 Arbalists in that one tile.
Yeah, that's good. Also, Nikov can never afford Paladin. He's got very little on food. Actually, he's got 54 on food. I take it back. Maybe he could afford Paladin, but he kind of had to engage before it because it was getting so bad for Leary.
He has taken out the Navy, a lot of the Navy from Sato.
True.
Whether that's going to matter or not with Leary being dead is another question. Look at all the production buildings coming down from Margugu now. And Anatov with a ridiculous amount of Paladin. 60 Paladin right now.
I love this team, dude. What a semis here. I mean, the first semi was also awesome. I think that ended up being 2-2 at one point. But Leary's whole eco is right here, garrisoned in these two TCs. So he needs to run, man. He needs to get out of here before this gets worse.
He's at 39 villagers. I don't think it can get worse.
That's true. Well, it can. But I guess they're not collecting anything. As Margu's going to drop another castle. I mean, this is like get out of my game castle number 3 at this point.
Yep.
Great job from
Seems
Sato.
like GG.
It does.
MBL does have 40 camels. But all Anatov needs to do is run back to the castles, run back to the Arbalest.
Yeah.
They can start taking care of the castles. The camels. Nikov's still on Cavalier, not even Paladin.
They can't, dude. He's got to spend all of his res right here. They need a pushback right now, and it's got to deny this castle, and then they almost need enough to take out the castles that are behind this too. I'm going to try and coordinate this. Nikov, I guess most of his military is still on water, which is the issue. Doesn't have a lot of Cavalier.
Leary has no villagers left.
He's probably like, guys, can we go next now, please?
It's time to resign.
I imagine MBL's like, no. I got all my camels
I kill
all, yeah.
And then Leary just preempts it by saying GG first. That's the point where you just say GG and make your allies resign afterwards. And of course, MBL's the last one in the game looking for a good fight.
He's like, I want to pass Nikov and score, and then we'll call it. But to be honest, Dave, maybe that's a little bit of frustration from MBL, because I think he played this game so well. He was all over Sato. He was on Margu. He was on Anno. I mean, yes, he didn't contribute on water earlier, but that was part of the strat. My hat goes off.
Nikov, dude.
Yeah, well, Nikov got hit, exactly. And you have to give full credit to Anno and Margu for continuing to try that, because it didn't look good in the middle of Castle Age.
But it was also the fight he took with the war galleys.
Yeah, that was part of it.
It's just ugly, man. All of a sudden, you let Sato be comfortable on that side. You let him take water control. You're trying to get on water desperately. You're trying to defend on land. Sato is trebbing MBL because there's no presence there. Your entire purpose was to be the water guy. And you took a fight 11 war galleys against 28.
I think
great.
This might be a bold statement considering the names we have and how good MBL played. But honestly, I think the MVP of that game was Anno. What he went through with the sneak.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
He had to go scouts and skirms to clear that up. But normally he'd run forward. He lost his back fish boom to Leary with very little help from Margu. Still cleared all the fish from the enemy and contributed with the fights. Then full boom to Paladin like 3 or 4 minutes faster than Nikov and is currently trading, bro. Like they already started the trade. Anno was a beast there. That was so impressive. Love to see it, man. He had 30,000 food collected, by the way. 8,000 more than anyone else. He had 20,000 gold collected, which was 3,500 more than MBL, whose Malians, where the gold lasts a bit longer. He also had 4,600 stone collected, which was 1,000 more than the highest on Aftermath. So Anno carries his team to victory there. Margu and Sato did very well with their roles, and we're all tied up. We'll be heading towards an Aftermath home map. Oh, we got to change everything. Crap. Damn you, Hart.
Yep.
Especially because Deceptive Baguettes is like a relatively long name.
You just don't know how to spell it. You have to keep checking. I know.
As you said that, I was misspelling deceptive, so don't even. I kept having to look at it again.
Dude, so, I know you so well.
Yeah. It actually made me real self-conscious, too. Okay. Well, anyways, we're here. Leary's playing flank. No surprise. He's Mongols, and I do think that Aftermath are familiar with the fast upping build with no mill.
Dude, why is this not loading in for me? This is crazy.
Well, have at it. I'll just get over the usual stuff.
Right.
Heart Pocket, Heart Franks. They'll go Scouts. You got MBL, Flank, Aztecs. And he is up against Sato, who's Ethiopians, a civ that MBL used to kill Sato earlier in the series. Ano, who's pocket, playing as the Khmer. I like it. And then Margugu, the last one. Good recovery game for him in the previous game. He is playing Mongols. And Leary, I don't know if you can see this, Dave, but Leary is currently pushing a Zebra from Margu's base to his base for some odd reason. So that's almost not worth it, but I guess he's going to come home and push his own deer in. Okay, I'm in. There you go.
Perfect.
Just speed right
Just
up.
had to change the scoreboard, had to change the score as well. But here we are, and it's Aftermath, for my stream anyway, it's Aftermath versus Deceptive Baguettes once again. And it looks like Leary, MBL, and Hart are in the north side, and then on the south side, of course, Deceptive Baguettes. And no surprises on the positioning here, with Franks being in the pocket and the Mongols and Aztecs being on the flanks.
So bonuses, you can go up pretty quick with Franks. You have the forage bonus you can utilize, and then the farm upgrades are free. So that's great. I do prefer Khmer a little bit if it gets past the situation where Bloodlines is researched, because Franks can't do that. So Franks would then have lower HP scouts. And I think Khmer are pretty good in messy games because you can hop in and out of houses. The Mongols, they are a civ that are picked primarily for their fast uptime here because of their hunt bonus. And you can see that Leary's been pushing in his deer. Wait, how does Leary have an elephant? Oh, I think I just brain farted. I think you do get 2 elephants. My bad.
You do get 2 elephants.
That's how he's got 2 over there. I was thinking he might have lamed. My bad. Nope. But look at Margu's wood count, Dave. He's got 2 on wood. So this is definitely going to be a different build than what we're seeing from Leary, who's going for the more macro approach with 4 on wood.
Okay, looks like Leary is hanging out near the elephant from Margugu too.
Yeah.
He wants to prevent that elephant from coming in. He knows the Mongol bonus, obviously. And Margugu wants that elephant in as soon as possible. He's got 350 food right now. I think if he drops off, he should have enough to come out or to go up. But MBL is now on the way with an eagle and just misses it by about 5 seconds.
Ooh, Margu, speaking of missing it, he can't get his second building because he went 2 on wood, Dave. He needs a mining camp. He cannot go up. 2 on wood is looking too rough right now. He needs to drop off the wood. He's just done so. And now he can make the mining camp. It's going to be a vill later than he wanted here, I think. He should add another vill, and he does. Should be on par with what Leary will do.
And he's not even the first one up. Even with Mongols, he's not the first one up. Khmer and Ethiopians up before him. All 3 of them, though, will be up to the feudal age before any of the players from AM, as Leary is the first one to click up with Mongols. He's going for a 19 pop uptime, similar to Margugu.
Big thing here for the flanks, Dave, is the gold position. I think if you have to abandon your berries, that's not a bad thing because you can still make archers because you have wood and gold. But if there's a point where you're off of gold or wood, then your army numbers fall apart. So the wall for MBL is smart. The gold position's good. Again, no mill yet for Margu. No mill yet for Sato. This is their build order. And it's all about killing fast.
And they're signaling all the wood lines too. Every single time they find one. They signaled Anatovs, they signaled Margugus, they signaled Satos, like just in case. Like if we can't find an army, we're going to let you know exactly where the wood lines are so we can pressure those areas later. MBL finally up to the feudal age. He's really late though. He's gone up with a 22 pop build.
That is late. Yeah, that's very late. Also sent 4 to golds with Aztecs.
He's just double archer range straight up.
Yeah, it's just weird because he's got 100 gold in the bank already. Like with Aztec, since you start with more, I don't think you need to start with that, but we're splitting hairs here a little bit. And I will say that looking at the builds between the Mongol players, as we have a little 2v1 here with the scouts, I really like what they're doing here. They're delaying it, but now there's a spear. Get out. Nice.
Yeah, they delayed it by quite a while, though. And that's going to give Margugu time to get maybe a couple extra archers on the field as he already goes for his second archery range. Leary just now working on his first. He should be dropping a second one soon. No, he's going archer range blacksmith. Okay.
Oh, interesting. So he's going to rush fletching, and he'll be lower on numbers. And I have seen that die so many times against this rush. So Leary's micro is going to have to be on point there.
There's MBL reaching the feudal H and hasn't added any archer ranges.
He can't afford it, dude. He went 2 lumber camps. He went for a big wall, and okay, there it is. I do like the tower,
Hidden
though.
Cup, if this was Hidden Cup, I'd definitely call this as MBL. He's already got the wall to the edge. He's going for a tower immediately.
Yeah.
Upon reaching feudal age, and there's a team wall coming up from Hart already.
Oh, geez. Wow. Okay. Hart sending his scouts over towards Leary's side. And same with Anno, but there was a spearman for Leary, so Anno can't engage, and here comes Margu. Keep in mind that Sato's got massive number leads over MBL. He's got 6 army, MBL's on 1. I think that Sato really should be pushing that side if he hears that on this side you have Hart. Fletching now coming in, and oh man, a good early
Leary's got to
engagement
be
here.
careful. Yeah, Leary's got to be really careful with the reduced production. But Hart's doing a good job pushing these archers back and pushing the scouts back from Anatoph. And the Frank scouts are going to have the advantage so far in these early engagements. And now Leary with the upgrades, or I guess Margugu has the upgrades as well. He went for Blacksmith really quickly. That's a great build from him. Wow.
Problem is, he will have idle TC time usually because he's got to get to the berries. But my goodness, look at this. And that was sick micro all around from everyone. But suddenly that lonely spearman there for Leary gets sniped. He adds another one, and he's only on 1 archer range, Dave.
Seems like unnecessarily greedy from him.
On this map, certainly.
Yeah. And now he's going to be kicked off the berries too, so he'll have food issues. He had to drop 4 farms behind it.
And MBL did have the tower, but how is he going to protect his wood line if Sato keeps pushing? MBL's still very low on production. But I think Deceptive Baguettes, they need to have more confidence here. They need to be pushing forward because they do have the army lead, and it's pretty clear to me.
Leary going for a defensive tower on his wood line as the archers try and make their way over there. He's got to defend his gold too, and there's the second archer range finally. Leary, he's only got 3 archers here, and he's even bringing back food from the zebra. It just seems so greedy. Hart is chasing the scouts from Anatoph, but where are the military numbers from Leary? He just doesn't have them. He's got 1 archer on the field right now versus 11 from Margugu.
Double range production, and it's constant. He said, screw the farm, screw everything else. I'm going to kill Leary before this gets to Castle Age. And now MBL has to chase Sato. So MBL's chasing Sato, and Sato can head over towards Hart. So Hart's going to have some problems. MBL cannot counterattack. They've got a massive army looping in the back. They don't know where it's going, dude. This is going to be bad for somebody soon.
Yep.
There's a tower, though, for Hart, which I love. I also love that he recognizes that it will potentially be bad, and they need to get counter damage in. So now he goes towards Margu with his scouts. And I'm not seeing the scouts for Anno really deciding on where to hit right now. They're going to head towards Leary's woodline, but that could be walled. Good walls from Margu on his gold. He'll take some losses here, but he should be able to defend that.
Yeah, only 1 villager loss is actually pretty good, considering Nikov pulled everything over there. And Leary on his wood line, losing maybe a villager. He tried to wall these scouts in. He's still attacking them with the tower. He's making room in the tower for the other villagers, and he manages to save them. Wow! Leary.
Incredible. And Dave, you know, like all of a sudden you're looking at MBL. He is still having some problems, but he has held. And while Deceptive Baguettes have all this military, they're not really doing much damage with it. So impressive job.
Yeah, and I think like Margugu, as much as he prioritized the production, I'm going to go to his idle TC time because I think he has quite a bit of it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 37 seconds idle TC, 2 minutes idle TC for Sato, 2 minutes idle TC for Anatoph. And the longest idle TC is MBL with 2 minutes, but Hart and Leary only at like 30 seconds.
Leary just got so lucky. He got the max carrying capacity on those hunt villagers right before the archers showed up. He does lose one, but I don't think he actually noticed that there, Dave. That army's been back there for a while, but great job from Leary to hit that as we have a big engagement in the middle between Anno and Hart. And this is not an engagement Hart wants to take. Bloodlines just kicked in. Perfect timing for Anno. And I think big problems again for Aftermath.
Well, I think the HP is pretty even, though. No, it's not anymore.
They need to kill
more
Leary.
hits.
This army should kill Leary right now. And MBL is going forward. Sato's army is like also here. Like, they've got so much. They just need to find the areas
Well,
to hit.
they can collapse on Sito. They can collapse on Sito.
I think Sito wins that fight. I think Sito will clear that.
We've got scouts coming in. I thought those other archers were MBL. I actually thought those were blue archers. That's why I was saying that. They're actually archers from Sito as MBL tries to find damage at the back of Anatov's base. But Anatov has scouts heading back, and they do have the bloodlines.
Man.
So MBL without Spearman here will be in deep trouble.
It still feels like so... It still feels like such a bad thing to have to run home to deal with MBL right now. If they would have had the scouts from Anno combined with Margu's army on Leary, Leary would have died. But now Leary's going to pull back. You are going to see those scouts clear MBL. We know that. There will be army left over. And I guess now is Margu's opportunity. Look at Leary. He's like, where's this guy at? He now sees the army comes in on the right. Good outpost. And Hart's asking for help, and Leary's like, I can't help. This is bad. The archers get cleared up, Dave. Completely forgot to talk about it. Sorry, but expected. Good hold from Leary, though, because he's got a mix of skirms in here.
Yep. MBL almost about to click up. We see the click up from Sito, and MBL is making himself a little pathway to the wood. He's actually stonewalling behind that wall. It looks kind of weird, but it is what it is. And he's got 3 archer ranges on the way to Castle Age. Leary also on the way to Castle Age. Hart about to click up as well.
Wow, dude. The army count has just been insane for the Baguettes, but they can't group up together at the same time and find an immense amount of damage. Anno, though, in a good spot to click up soon. I think Margu has been the player who has struggled the most.
That's so many scouts from Anatov coming over.
Yeah.
15 scouts. Fully feudal upgraded. Sorry, add 2 more to that. Add 2 more to that. That's 19 on the way forward.
I still think they need to kill Leary. Leary's got a mix of skirms that should always be punished with the scouts. They're going in towards Hart, but Hart is okay. Right now, he's okay anyways. Gonna add a stable. He bails on that. He doesn't open the gate. Good work. Again, the scout's not with the archers, really. But it feels like at any moment, if there's a hole or there's not a wall somewhere next to a gold or wood line, that this could get out of hand. Leary pushing forward, Dave. Imagine if the scouts were there right now. Leary would lose everything right before Castle Age, but they still cannot find the spots, the Baguettes, and they need to here.
Well, I think Leary's pushing forward because he knows the scouts aren't there, right?
Yeah.
Hart's been telling him, MBL's been telling him, and MBL engaging a little bit, and now we're in a situation where Anatov and Sito are back here, but they're looking around and they can't really find anything to hit. So it's kind of a useless position for them. They're just holding the military right now from Hart and MBL, but Hart and MBL will be in Castle Age before them.
Dude, this is so good from AM. Hart with another tower. I love it. And look at Leary. I think Leary, he will probably not... He won't care about Margu as much, but if he could go right to Anno before those upgrades...
Oh, God. Even at Margu space, that tower can only fit 5 villagers.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Sito on crossbow, still trying to hit those villagers. The towers are there, though. Now the tower's up for Margu, and Margu will be up, Dave. But will Anno be able to defend himself from this crossbow mass?
Yeah, Leary's heading over there. Tower killed 2 crossbows. Leary killed like 5 villagers there.
MBL's base. Sito comes in. MBL's microing the other army. He notices. He takes losses, and he's also off of gold, Dave. His other gold is very much forward, so not a good position for MBL either. Great work. Lightcav coming in now for Anno. He does still have gold and farm, so I think he's okay with production. Love that pressure from Sito, though. That was perfect.
Ballistics on the way from Leary and from Sito. Sito still with this army in the back. This is going to be pretty difficult to take out, especially once Lightcav comes in and the +2 armor as well for these 17 scouts that are still at the back. MBL is going to have problems. He's going to have to request help from Hart, but if Hart wants to get there, he has to run through the crossbows, and Ballistics is now complete, so makes it even more difficult for him. They're collapsing on Leary in the center. Yeah,
and Leary's probably saying the same. He's like, hey, help me. I've got 2 armies on me, and Hart's like, I can't. They've got so much military. They're constantly around me. A great engagement from Margu, great recovery from him, and again, numbers. That is what the Baguettes will live and die by. And it's worked out here, as I think MBL is going to run out of gold soon. He's really got to be thinking about securing that very H-shaped gold in the front of his base.
H-shaped gold.
Yeah.
It is H-shaped.
H or an I. So it's like hit here or... Yeah, I don't know. We'll stop this little joke. Lycav really got a lot of value here, Dave.
Yep.
And I have to say, without the Lycav that Ano had on both sides, they probably would have been toast. And now Leary's toast. TC's fully garrisoned. You now have Margu running another group of crossbows past Leary and towards Heart. This is incredible, man.
Villager count still in favor of AM.
Crazy.
If they manage to get some momentum going with their military, and I think they've had a couple good clear-ups, especially on the light cav.
Yeah.
In the last few minutes, the villager advantage will keep climbing. MBL is actually on 2 TCs, but he's only at 39 villagers.
Yeah, true.
Because he lost so many in the raids, and he had a lot of idle time as well. But right now, he's the only player on multiple TCs.
Look at Sato and Ano. They're bringing this army into the back where they'll probably lose the fight, but now they're pressuring Heart in the front. And he's also got a gold there that he's going to need. So just like that, controlling the game. They are going to lose the fight in the back, though. But I've been impressed with Sato's
Ballistics
micro.
complete for MBL.
There we go.
So that's going to be a clear up for sure.
Oh, and the quick walls on MBL's wood line. What a job he just did. He would have lost those villagers.
That's sick.
Well played. But Hart is not going to be loving life, and neither is Leary, as Margu refuses to let Leary breathe. And Leary just lost so many vills. He can't take gold either, Dave. They just pressure the gold every single time.
And look at the wood line. Uh-oh. He's got one tower there. That's not really enough. If Margugu goes over there, and it looks like he's coming over here.
Yep.
Leary's going to lose a lot of villagers on this. Margugu already has ballistics, so he can snipe villagers as they're moving around. Only 5 vills can fit in that tower. Just sit right underneath that. You can snipe so many. Leary heading over with all of his army right now, but he's down to 32 villagers.
Yeah, and at the same time, Dave, MBL got hit on golds. The vill count is now well ahead for Deceptive Baguettes. They're actually behind an army due to some of these engagements. But I'm just struggling to see what they can do as MBL gets a TC up on that gold. What can they do if they don't get their second golds? Like, Leary can't make any more archers, and then Hart won't be able to make any more knights. So I think for AM, and you're kind of seeing it in the score, MBL is the one who's going to have the carry. He's got the numbers, and he's got access to that gold.
Patrolling? He wasn't patrolling. He had opportunities to clear up a lot of crossbows from Sato. Kind of out of position, but now he's sending his units back across the middle with Hart now.
Oh, boy. Good luck to Leary on this one. I think it's really important for AM. It sounds bad, but let Leary die. Let Leary die, and I think send all your force to Sato and try and even it out, because Sato's got an incredible eco.
Margugu's coming in again. Leary's worried about the army on the left side.
Oh my God, dude. I love it. I love it. It's just constant. And Leary does react as fast as you could expect him to. So many knights for Ano, who with 61 villagers is leading right now. And there's 51 crossbows on the map for Sato. He's got so many as he heads back to MBL's gold.
Ano on the gold from Leary again. And Leary's down to 28 villagers. Everything is garrisoned in the TC currently. He's got a few villagers on wood, but Margugu, of course, going back to that once again. Big armies in the back here, however.
Yeah, this is... There's going to be some repercussions here if they don't get good value, Dave, because that is like 100 military chasing them down. They don't want to deal with that anytime soon, as MBL with his Mangonel, I mean, a good opportunity for him because Sato's got the other army to micro. Sato gets away somehow. What a ridiculous game. 30 vil lead for the Baguettes, but now the military count's going to start to get a little better for Aftermath.
Yep, Leary officially has more crossbows than vills now.
Nice.
As he sits with 25 villagers, and he sends his vills back to gold now that they cleared this up. Military count isn't actually as big of a difference as I thought it would be. MBL could get a big shot.
Wow.
No.
Great split. I think that Sato was very much expecting Ano to focus that down, and then he realized a little late that wasn't going to happen, Dave. But yeah, I mean, they have to hold from this next attack from AM, and I think they might take it. But that is so many knights from Hart, so many crossbows from MBL, and Leary even still making some crossbows here or there. This is ridiculous. I love this map, by the way. I think Battle of Africa is going to have this in the summer. I think it was originally a BOA map, so I'm excited to see more of it. I'm also pumped to see that AM of all people are being really taken to their limit on this style of map. And there you'll see MBL lose some army and lose his siege as Sito wants to push forward. But like Margu and Anno have to be calling out right now and say, guys, we need help. Like we could easily die to this. Please send us some support.
Margu and Anno have to be saying, guys, we need help.
Margu and Margu.
There's only three players on the team.
Well, yeah.
Sito counts as two.
Okay, not plural. Sorry, guy. Sito, we need help.
Well, he is French, so maybe we could call him Guy.
Guy, yes, that's exactly what I meant. I mean, Heart's eco is really freaking good. It looks a little better for Anno, though, and he is closer to the fight. So as long as they don't take any bad engagements, as we have 250 military on the map.
Yep.
This is ridiculous. Okay, big fight here. It's looking pretty good right now for AM because Sito didn't get here in time. And then you've got Margu on the other side. This is ridiculous. And I'm just checking the HP here, Dave, and it's telling me that this is better right now for Anno and Sito and Margu.
Yeah, it looks way better for Deceptive Baguettes. Look at the knight numbers there from Anatoph, and all the knights from Heart are dying, and now MBL is surrounded on both sides. He has to be screaming at Heart, where did you go?
Yep.
Where did you go?
Also, pretty clear difference between the archers we just saw engage. Aztecs do not get thumb ring, I think. Right? I don't think they get thumb ring. And then Ethiopians faster fire as is. So you got to think back to when you're using Civs 2, and MBL had the numbers, but not the firepower. 125 military for the Baguettes, and 90 for the team that has one player on 32 vills. I think this has got to be close to over right now.
Leary's turn to get hit again?
Yeah. And there will be very little resistance. Also, should mention that Anno did have +2 attack, which Heart did not have. And Heart will try and run forward here.
Is at 100 villagers.
Ridiculous.
Dude, he's such a beast. Oh my god.
Yep. He's a beast, and Sito, Margu, and Anno have played so many games together. They're constantly playing team games, so the synergy... Look, as all three of them are just going to run right to Heart or MBL, the synergy is unreal.
MBL Castle with 3 villagers forward. Let's
Woo!
go.
There you go. Well, I'm sure Heart's going to scream about this one. I don't know why he's adding a barracks right now. That's probably a misclick. He's about to be sent back to Dark Age. That's why he's making the barracks. He's
actually in on the economy from Anatoph right now.
True. Good engagement for him. Maybe a chance he needed to take here, Dave.
Yeah, maybe. Clear up a few villagers if you can, but Sito is now heading over, and Heart's got so much army underneath this TC. The TC will go down. Sito is just sitting around here with crossbows. Also crossbows from Mergugu. MBL not enough to defend. Even Leary coming over. But look at the military here for Deceptive Baguettes.
And Leary about to say welcome to the club as Heart's Vil count dips down. Big shot for MBL maybe? And nope. It was decent. It wasn't bad.
Decent.
Seeing a whole lot more Deceptive Baguette military, and they are killing
Back of
eco.
Heart's base too. Yeah, Knights all over that eco. Knights got cleared up over here from Heart. Anatoph still at 94 villagers. Forward castle now from Sito.
And that'll deny the gold, won't it? Yeah, that's like the third nail in the coffin, I would say. As Sito will run back with more crossbows. Should honestly take this fight. If I were him, I would take it. Aftermath probably just can't believe that this semifinal is going to take so much of their day. They're probably like, what? This isn't Finland. This isn't Suomi.
MBL setting up the trade.
He is actually
a little early.
He is, yeah. Well, he'll have no gold otherwise.
Early.
There's no neutral golds in this map, so he has literally no gold now.
I'm sure MBL's like asking Leary right now, like, set up markets, and Leary's like, what?
Yeah. Another game, honestly, where I feel like Leary got outperformed a little bit. Just a teensy bit. Like, based on the standards we have for him, I feel like he was outproduced early, and it took a while, but it eventually caught up with
the one archer
Aftermath.
range play. It put him behind forever.
Yep.
He managed to recover a couple times, but Margugu always had more military.
For what it's worth, he did also make similar mistakes on this map when they played this last time in the quarterfinals against Vietnam Legends. He was in a similar spot, except he had 0 TCs and 3 castles, and he didn't have a TC to go in. So it was a pretty uneventful game for Leary. As I'm waiting for AM to call this, we got a forward statement castle that will definitely go up at Leary's base. And he's got no choice but to call it, certainly. I don't know what their win condition is here.
Probably MBL saying he's gonna kill all.
Maybe.
And they're hoping he's in a better... I mean, he's asking for trade, probably. He's got 2 castles. They're hoping he's in a better situation than he actually is. He's going for Rams, so he's going to try and push this castle back.
What's funny is, I think the gold is almost gone for, like, everyone. And so I'm looking at Anno's base. He's chewed his way through all his gold, and he's been selling some stone to make more knights. But obviously, Margu could take the gold there on the front. And yeah, the GG's called. And Deceptive Baguettes, ladies and gents, are no joke. They're up 3-2 over Aftermath.
Damn, dude. Let's go. On Coliseum, too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Credit to them because they banned out 3 great Coliseum civs. Maybe they were thinking, like, as long as we take one home map from them, we feel pretty comfortable on our home maps. Maybe we can make this work. Let's ban Indians, Magyars, and Britons.
Yep. It's so funny because... like, you almost can't believe that these words were just uttered. And the words were said and they almost made some sense. Someone just said, why on earth did Aftermath choose this map as a home map? And like, that right there,
really?
you could have never said that before the baguettes, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just one game. I think that that user maybe exaggerated a little bit. Aftermath are still very good in these types of settings, but... Baguettes get their win, Dave, and that's game point for them. They need 1 win of the next 2 matches, and we will see what that map will be. I'm really happy for these guys, but at this point, like, if they don't close it out, they're going to be gutted. So we'll see if they can.
It's like, it feels like Aftermath can just show up to that map, play the way they usually play, and they'll be fine most of the times. But Baguettes punish them big time with preparation and better executed builds, to be honest. I mean, like, also, they were just right on the back foot. Not only Leary's singular archer range play, but also MBL's like 22 pop up into not affording the archer range because he went for a gigantic wall and a tower first.
Yeah.
It's kind of, just kind of slow, and it means you're constantly responding to your enemy.
Yeah, what I like about it is... if you think about what has separated high-level Age of Empires 2 players for many, many years, it's been investing as much into economy as possible before military. Like, you wall a little bit, you place a tower, you delay. And that's exactly what Aftermath did, but it got punished. And so I think that on paper, if you were to have said last month to the AM guys, like, hey, what do you think about this? You go 1 lumber camp with 2 villagers in Dark Age. You never make a mill until 16 minutes. They'd be like, dude, like that, go back to Loey the Legends. Like, that's horrible. No eco upgrades either? They'd freak out about it, but they just lost to it. Yeah. So I like it. And I'll go through it again. Leary flank Chinese. And this is what I mean. Look at Leary's Golden Stone.
I will.
Oh. Sorry, I got real excited there. When you see it, it is fortunately in the back of his base. Nikov is going to play Slavs again, pocket. You got MBL, who's going to play as Lithuanians. Again, a big golden stone issue for him. Argu's playing flank as the Slavs. Yeah, dude, this is bad. And then you've got Anno, and you've got Sato. We don't need to go the whole way around at this point. But, Dave, look at the golds for MBL. Look at the golds for Margu. There is a clear difference there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Like, Margugu's gold. He's got a nice little path between it. I like it. All right, so he's got golds forward and MBL with the golds. What am I looking at here? I see one from MBL. Where's the other secondary?
I'm talking about his main gold, but I guess his secondaries are kind of forward as well, if you think about it.
Oh, it's over here. Okay, it's way out in the open.
Yeah, I mean...
Not too bad, though.
I guess the bright side for MBL here is you're not going to see Slavs go archers. So having forward gold positions in what could be a full-on melee battle, besides what Leary's going to do, not going to be the end of the world, as players are using their scouts to bring in boars, which is common here.
boar position was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like up a hill behind the tree line, way far away, but he's going to be able to bring it in, and he'll be able to heal up his scout inside of the castle. Also, take a shot every time someone asks where Hera is. That's a big
Right?
one too.
Yeah, we're probably not the
I'd be
people to ask.
wasted.
If I
or
knew
when the next hidden cup was, we'd both be slaughtered too.
I'd be done. Yeah, if I knew anything about League of Legends, I would have made a joke, but I don't know anything about League of Legends, so
no. Hera's playing in Golden League coming up. He's also probably going to play in the event Jordan announced today. I think it's just
nice.
team games is a bit difficult for him, right?
Well, we
Like
had a
1v1s,
thing
I
earlier
could see him
with
joining.
Gamer Legion too. It was like after every time Gamer Legion lost, where's Viper?
Yeah, where's Viper?
Where's
Yeah.
Viper at, you know?
What happened to Viper?
I think in Viper's case, he's very much active in AoE2. He's just sick at the moment. So hopefully he's doing well. But dude, I've never seen a Regicide Fortress game. We should point out it is Regicide. There are kings, so be careful with them. That has had this many melee comps coming. Like Teutons, Slavs, and Franks just feels like so one-sided.
Do you remember the Relic generation the first time? Now they've gravitated around our Lithuanian player,
I see that.
which is very fortunate for MBL. He's going to have 2 relics for free right behind his base.
You do lack Blast Furnace with Lithuanians, so you would need to get 2 relics to have equal attack of
But there's
the
a
Slavs,
third one
for
pretty
example.
close too.
Yeah.
And the other one is way in the corner near his allies, so he could actually grab all of these.
I think what Leary should be thinking about is how he controls the game. He's up against Teutons, Dave. It'd be a worst possible scenario for the Teuton player if Leary were to open Chukunu behind a boom and then drop a castle on that hill and go for trebuchets.
Yeah, and that's the Leary special, right? Faster up to Imperial than anyone else. Big archer mass behind it. Trebs that you can never take down. Maybe even bombard cannons mixed in, but of course, with Chinese, not really the thing you're looking for. So it's just going to be Treb Chukunu likely.
I like how Margu already has his king inside of the castle for Anno. He's like, yep, we could just keep that thing safe. I don't want it in my base just in case. But I have to say, I really don't like skipping Vietnamese. Maybe I missed something, and maybe they played with Vietnamese earlier, but I don't recall the Baguettes doing that.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Yeah, I mean, they could prove me wrong here. They could get the victory. They could celebrate before the big final tomorrow against Gamer Legion. But if they lose here, there will be some conversations on you got to pick MBL Civ, and you still lost. So hopefully that won't hurt them.
Really nice for AM that they actually scouted that far left corner and saw the relic. And Nikov scouted the relic in the north too, signaling that. A lot of the times, people would just miss that corner, right? How often do you go exactly to the corners?
Yeah,
as you can see in like the top area. But
I think the king helps there because you've got all the vision, and then you are going to safely scout that area. Whereas
also, that's a very nice looking corner. It's got like a Christmas tree, a bunch of ferns.
Yeah, you've got the birds too.
A relic.
It looks too nice. Is the monk going to just like get attacked by something that hops out of the tree or something? It looks too tempting. It looks like if this was in a campaign, you'd be like, I don't know if I want to wander into that area. It looks too good to be true.
But you would anyway.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
All right. Leary, going to be in Castle Age first. Actually, a minute in front of everyone else.
Chinese
is super strong on this map, and the rest of the players now following. We've got similar Castle Age times for all of the Deceptive Baguettes, and looks like just in general, MBL's gone up quicker, Lithuanians there, and Nikov's gone up quicker as well.
Yeah, pretty clean builds here. I mean, Slavs do have that faster farming there for Nikov, but it's not like the opponents don't have that with Margu. So not a map that maybe you see all the time from other AM players. I don't think MBL likes this a lot. I don't think Nikov likes it a lot. But Leary, I remember many tournament games where he and Viper and others always pick Chinese and have a sick build, as he will drop TC number 3 right away. So Leary's got a big lead. Remember that Chinese have a little bit more food on their farms. Chinese start with more villagers, and they have cheaper techs. And in this matchup, they have the Chukonu, which is very strong.
Deceptive Baguettes can't see a single relic. Okay, they found one in the middle. That's it.
Is MBO going to open Monastery? He is.
Yeah, he went TC Monastery.
Okay.
So I wonder, does he grab the one at the front first? Let's see what he can spot. He can spot the 2 behind. Those are pretty safe. I think he grabs the one at the front first with the help of his scout. And then maybe thinks about the one in the far left corner. That one's fairly safe too. Maybe get the ones closer to you, because you'll get that gold income while you're going out for the one in the left.
I'm still thinking that if, like, with the way the Deceptive Baguettes have set up here with these civs, this is either a matchup which they want to win the super late game, which I don't think would work, or they want to snowball early imp. So I think giving MBL the relics, while granted you probably want to have your scouts looking out there, giving MBL the relics is not the end of the world, because ideally you're going to kill him anyways in early Imperial Age.
Yeah, Leary, I think forgetting that Anatov was Frank's, took a straight up scout war against him, and then he turns tail and runs away. MBL kind of waiting for that spearman to come out first, which is a great addition. Now he's going to escort the monk back to his base. MBL also trying to kill the scout from Margugu. This is actually a big deal because his monks are going to be on the prowl for relics.
MBL will be fine here. He could actually heal up his scout real quick, get like 1 or 2 more HP. But Zato has come over as well, so the communication is there for the baguettes. MBL will get relic number 1. And like you said, Dave, that's probably 3 for him.
Bets on whether he loses a Vil while he's distracted here.
What? Where?
To the wolf at the back.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Probably not. He'll get notified. If he was distracted at the front there, like with the monk and whatnot, he might have lost it, but he'll deal with it.
Okay, well, so far so good for AM. They definitely have the lead, and it's, I would say, significant when there hasn't been anything killed in this game. But that is not just Leary. That is also Nikov. And it is also MBL. MBL delayed the 3rd TC for a while, though, so he will probably fall behind in villagers.
He'll have relic gold, though.
Yeah.
Adds up.
Relic gold, and oh god, that TC. Really, MBL? That TC on that gold? Are you kidding me, bro?
Dude, what is that?
I really don't know how I feel about that one, man. If Margu could scout that, I mean, that is an immediate target area for him, and he's going to see this now.
Yep.
The thing is, though, if you had archers, right? Like, this is why if you had Vietnamese, rats and archers killed Chukunu, so the Chukunu that could be out there would get denied. And then the monks wouldn't be able to do much to move out to get relics. And then you could go ranged units to range the gold and then drop a castle on that forward hill and go forward trebs. So I'm a little... Still, based on the meta that I know, and we've seen Deceptive Baguettes prove me wrong and others wrong, I don't really get their civs just yet.
Dude, I've been casting too much Age 4. Like, whenever I see a relic, I just automatically think of it as like 100 gold per minute. It's just ridiculous. But I have to remind myself that these ones are not equal to, 6 or 7 villagers.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
It is a bit much.
4 TCs for Nikov. I like the house walling here from Leary. He's going to need the houses anyway, so I really like how he's just walling towards
my
his
chat
ally.
is getting mad at you because apparently Vietnamese was used by both teams
Oh,
already.
well, who? When? Where? Someone tell me.
I don't remember when.
Okay, because that would actually make me feel so much better.
Yeah.
If they remind me. Sorry, I forget. No one in my chat said anything. I just heard about this now, and I've been talking about it for like 3 games.
Huacachina.
Right.
That's right. Nikov
was
had
that
them,
Margu?
and Nikov had them, and Margugu had them. Man,
did Margu have them?
Actually, IQ plays. Yep, he did have them. Actual IQ plays here from my chat.
IQ plays?
Yeah, like
I've never heard IQ complimented with
new.
so low IQ.
It's new. I'm just not used to it. It's a new experience to me.
Well, okay, I recalled Nikov picking them. I guess the reason I didn't remember Margu is because that game was so unmemorable from him because he got destroyed. So that makes more sense then. And of course, they didn't have Chinese, right? This might go late, dude. You've got a lot of walls here, and MBL has how many relics is that now? 3? Yeah, 3 with the potential for the 4th.
He's gonna get the last one here in the corner. Is he sending a monk?
Maybe.
He's got 2 monks just kind of waiting at the monastery. I don't know if he notices that. over there, and he can't see the last one in the middle of the map. Oh my god, you were right about the walls. Holy.
I love how creative that is.
Why team wall when you can just wall for your team? Says Anatov.
I think for Leary, though, he's going to be the exception. Obviously, he's not walling like because he's on the other team, but we talked about how getting map control with Chukunu and then going for a forward castle would work. He's on the way up, Dave. He soon has the stone for another castle. This is where Chinese can be deadly.
There's also a hole on the left side of Sato's base, but probably not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because he kind of house wall on the left. I actually like how he's building the houses on the hill because that would be a perfect castle spot. But
just out of his vision, he sees the Chukunu, and he sees a villager now. So Sato should know what is happening.
I mean, this is to be expected, right? This should not be a surprise. This is what you see almost every time. We do see a university for Sato, so I think there's a chance that he's maybe inviting this pressure, and he wants to go for bombard cannons to push that back, but chemistry takes a long time to research, and this is very hard to stop here.
Okay, MBL responds to the walling and says, I see your walls. I will also wall in the middle, and he begins one, and he goes out for that stone. Walled behind with houses as well, and here comes the castle from Leary. 20 seconds until he reaches the Imperial Age. Sato is 25 seconds behind that, and Sato's castle is at the back. So Leary's going to have Trebs out first. Leary's going to be pressuring first. I just wonder if Sato can hold, and if Anatov is going to have anything to say about this with his stables he's getting set up. He's got 6 stables ready to go.
Yep. It's going to be a race to what he can do against Nikov, who's going to take a page out of Doubt's book. You might ask him, would you have done this regardless of what Doubt did earlier? And he might say yes, but we are going to have Boyars. So Anno is going Franks, or is Franks, and he's going to aim for Paladin. But if you remember what Boyars did to the Paladins earlier, it did not bode well for those Paladins. I guess good thing for Sato is the fact that his castle isn't anywhere near this day, but he probably already has his king in the castle at Anno's base, and he does, because this is going to get really messy.
Is Margugu gonna play against MBL here, or does he come around the other side to help?
He's gonna go Halb Siege, I think, because he's got siege workshops and barracks. But now I want to know who would win between Boyars and Latus, because MBL's making Latus.
Latus probably win.
Well, it's like Teutonic Knight armor for a Boyar, so I don't really know, to be honest. But I could tell you that I'm not understanding what this plan is, and that this looks really bad.
Did they not ignore the armor, though?
Oh, that's actually... Wow, great job. Yep, they do. But it's thankfully this is not live for either of us, and this is all being recorded, so we can edit that out later.
50-something thousand subs on YouTube.
Yeah, we could we'll just record, we'll just edit that out, you know. They shred armor, of course. And MBL's going to have the attack. And Sato's getting completely wrecked by Chukunu. And I'm like screaming internally, why pick Chinese on Bedouins if Fortress is available? And dude, I don't know what they do.
The timing here is perfect. Yeah. Anatov needs another minute, basically, to get his stuff sorted out, to get the production rolling. And Leary is here with support from Nikov already. Not even elite Boyar, but enough to kill villagers, to push back the Mangonels, and the Trebs are following up already. 2 TCs down.
Also, there was a hole.
is sitting at 98 villagers now.
There was a hole in the wall for Anno, and MBL ran through, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. This is looking rough, man. Like, I guess the goal was maybe Halb Onager, but Chukunu do so well against all of that, and Nikov with this many Boyars just... I don't see how you change this position if you're the Baguettes right now. As MBL drops a castle on his side, Dave, and is starting to make Trebs. Maybe
really rough. I don't think you could ask Anatov to be faster than that either. With this sort of boom, I think this is just the standard timing with Franks.
Nikov's got 147 vills, and Anno has 107. Granted, he did lose some to MBL's raid, but Nikov's boom has honestly been insane here.
Slabs, though. Yeah. You have to keep that in mind, right?
Okay, a few Boyars go in to take out the Mangonels. They won't do so. Now here comes the support from Anno. He's going to try and keep Sato in this game. Sato's position is not good. But he does take an amazing engagement against Leary, who didn't even micro there.
That's what I'm talking about. It was the timing, right? Leary loses all of his Chukanu. Nikov now falling behind. It looks like MBL still getting a bit of damage against Anatov. Denied off a lot of those farms.
Well, we know how good the latest are against Boyar, so since we're all well informed on that, Margu decided to go Halb. But I think if you go Halb Siege, it's a wonderful spot for the Slavs because you can put all your gold into what is already cheap Siege. Halb should trade cost effectively. And he took out MBL's castle. There's another castle here for MBL, and he doesn't really have that many Latis right now.
And the Paladins are going to go clear up another castle attempt here from Leary and clear up Chukanu.
Wow.
Wow, Anatov, suddenly, you were asking where he was, how much time he needed, and he's answered now. He is here to support his friend, and he will be denying Leary's push and looking for opportunities potentially in the Aftermath economy as well.
And Nikov, though, seems to be the guy you've got to worry about right now. That is a lot of Boyars. The Boyars have so much armor. And here he comes rolling in. I have to question Leary. These castle spots on the left, he didn't have that area secured yet. He could lose that as Margu's trying to push MBL, but he quickly realizes MBL is just waiting there with bombard cannons. A good decision for him to mix in.
Yeah, this is not the greatest place for MBL to hold, though. There's just a hill there.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all open land. Against Slavs, it's going to feel really rough.
Ooh.
And now loading up into the siege rams, and he's just going to go after the wall, it feels like.
Dude, he's going for Druzina as well, which will make his Halbs insanely strong. And MBL's trying to make a switch to hand cannons, but I don't think that's a great move here.
Paladins walled in from Nikov! Nikov walls in the Paladins from Anatov near his castle in the middle.
How does he deal with them here? He's gonna, does he have to let him out? Like, now he can't run forward with his Boyars, Dave. And we got the choo-choo on the other side.
Murder holes, that's how you deal with it. Murder holes.
All right, we'll see if the research comes in. Those Halbs actually got chewed up by MBL, and his hand cannons and his Latis are holding. And if he could just get enough Latis out there to take care of the Rams, he might still hold that position. The Paladins do escape for Anno, and Leary's back on the left side, but great play there from Nikov. Amazing.
I don't care what unit you're facing up against. 16 plus 6 attack is no joke.
Yeah.
Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and Latis are going to shred Halberdiers as long as they can connect with a few hits, right?
He's probably got the 4 relics now, right? Yep. I think Margu, that was the best time for him there. Right before the hand cannon number got higher, before MBL could mass more Latis. You've got Anno making a run for the trade now, guys. And we have not seen the trade really start yet for the baguettes. As more Paladins for Anno will go in against Leary on the left. Because I think Leary's going to lose that castle there. But good job from him to keep this castle up. It's been here a lot longer than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
He maybe swing.
MBL, decent amount of hand cannons now. The Rams seem a little bit out of place. Because the Halberdiers are just dying. So MBL's doing a great job over here against the Slavs. Anatov also raiding MBL's economy. Now he's being chased by Nikov. I wonder what happened to those Paladins in the middle. Did they escape? I feel like
those are the ones we're watching run around right now.
Okay.
Yeah. He couldn't deal with them, so he had to delete a house, and they got out of here. But man, look at Leary. He's going to, again, go in for a bombard cannon and keep this castle up a bit longer. It's just so frustrating when fighting up against the Chukunu.
What happened to the hand cannons from MBL? I see an onager there, and I'm thinking, oh, God. There's none now.
I also wasn't paying attention to that, so we maybe need a third person in here for the final game if we get there. I like what Margu's doing. I would kind of like to see Anno support a little bit with Paladin there, but I guess they want to take the left because Leary's still there.
Anatov is in the back, clearing up a lot of ills, actually, from MBL. So MBL's got to be a little bit annoyed with that.
Yeah.
Maybe needs that pop space, though, to start adding trade. Leary's still with this initial castle placement on the center, and he might be able to take down the castle from Anatov here. He didn't clear up that Treb, and the castle might go down because of it.
Yeah, he's going to probably clear up that one, but also the castle from Sato. And here you have the support from Nikov. Chukunu Boyar are looking really good as Siege Onager is on the way now for Margugu. But I think they need to kill MBL fast here. I think they need to take him out because I think Sato is on his way down. That is way too many Chukunu and Boyars to deal with for them.
Castle will go down from Anatov to that one treb that he could have killed with the Paladins. It's a slip up there for sure.
Oh, yeah, it did. Maybe you're a second ahead of me. I don't know how that's happening.
No. I was just looking at HP.
Yeah, gotcha.
It went down exactly when you said it did.
Yeah, and then you see the Rams. Again, I loved the Drazina Ram Halb. And considering how strong the Latus are here, I can understand not going Boyar, but you can't go Boyar because you gave MBL a Civ that counters Boyar, so it looks really, really bad right now.
Yep, they selected this Civ. Remember, folks, they selected the Civ for MBL, and man, as soon as Latus connect with anything, it just dies.
It just melts.
Instantly. Yeah.
I think they have the highest DPS of any melee unit if they have all 4 relics. DPS is damage per second for people who are wondering.
Oh, MBL goes in to snipe the siege onagers. Instant death. Just instant death.
A great patience from MBL, Dave. He kind of waited. He made it feel like a realistic opportunity for Margu to push up that hill the first time. Took that out. Had another layer of walls with double castle behind the other time.
Look at where Leary is now. Look at where Leary is with his Chukanu now.
Oh, yeah.
In between Sato and Anatov. And we've got 8+6 Chukanu. This is reminding me of the Tato push.
Yep.
From the last Fortress game we saw, and the castle's going to go down. Lots of trebs behind. Elite Boyar coming in. Sato is kind of trapped in the corner here. He's figuring out stuff to do, but he's only got Halberdier. This game seems over.
Yeah, they put up a good fight here, Dave, but they simply cannot deal with this composition. You do have to remember, this does mean that Lithuanians will not be available for the next game. I do believe that's a good civilization there, and maybe the Baguettes were thinking more about Game 7 than they were about this game due to how heavy civs do matter on Regicide Fortress and already missing out on Chinese. But this game, we're going to see the GG shortly. Boyars and Chukanu in the trade, there's just no way.
All 3 kings are in that castle, by the way.
Yo,
from Anatov.
that'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Good effort here with the Siege Onagers, but MBL, the king of attack grounds, getting some shots off. Loses some hand cannons, of course, but his team's got the trade. Another attack ground for MBL. And
God, these Chukanu, man. Just
machine gunners, dude. And you've got the best start. Got good team bonuses. There's a reason why this is either banned or played with every time Fortress rolls around. Whether it's team games or 1v1s, it doesn't matter. Also, has to be said that Leary is one of the best with it as well. Like, not trying to say that he's just like steamrolling through like it's all about Chinese. I like the castle in the back here for Anno. I'm not sure it changes their situation too much, but it does mean that Chukanu can't sit back here as comfortably. But the situation hasn't changed here, Dave. It's just a whole lot of sitting back for the Baguettes.
And Nikov's queue right now, 61 Boyars on the field, 34 in the queue.
Yeah.
Resources for all of them looking good. He's got 7,000 food, too.
Yep. With trade. And, of course, killing trade right now. They will definitely mop up all the trade once they get past this castle. They said, screw your castle. And, yeah, the trade's all right behind here, David. There's not any onagers on the way. There's just more and more Boyars streaming in from Nikov. And what a crazy play from him here, by the way. 70-some Boyars is not something to look lightly at.
It was an insane boom, honestly. Then he was there at the perfect time, right as Leary busted in Sato's base. Behind that castle, Nikov was there with immediately like 7 Boyar or something. They weren't elite, they weren't upgraded, but they were enough. And he hasn't stopped the flood. They're wiping up the trade. Leary's even trying to wall off Sato.
And maybe feels a little unnecessary at this point. You just got to keep running up the gut. The only thing, they must not realize that there's that much trade near the edge of the map. Okay, Nikov does actually. So Nikov's just mopping it up.
Yep.
And so the GG is called. I really hope for the Deceptive Baguettes that the main reason they picked Lithuanians is because they believe Lithuanians would be a civ they didn't want to face up against in Game 7. Because that, you give MBL the civ that can wreck that much. It just did not look too good on paper. So,
damn, dude. And to be fair, like, it was still a stalemate over there between Margugu and MBL.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You gave him a civ you couldn't push.
Yeah,
and also the relic generation for him, very fortunate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, MBL did have Spearman out. All of his teammates did have scouts out. I'm confident he would have had a few relics regardless. But yeah, definitely benefited from the location of the relics. But I think
and
regardless,
even if you're pushing MBL, you still have to deal with Leary and Nikov on the other side.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, the other side still dies every step of the way. And I just don't. I guess, it goes back to just what civs they felt like are good on this map, and there's only a couple civilizations that they could think of not having Vietnamese or Chinese. Anyways, we're going to Game 7.
Yeah, Katie for MBL and Margugu tells the story of that side.
Jeez, dude.
Yikes.
That's insane. And
I guess Leary also only lost 87 units.
He's just up against Halbs. He's up against Halbs half the time, and then the only time he took losses was probably when Paladin showed up. And even then, like we saw earlier today, Chukunu really good against Paladins. 8+6 attack. It's so easy to get the momentum rolling, and then Nikov was there to mop up the rest.
Dude, if you told me that we'd be going to a Game 7 between this team and the players on Deceptive Baguettes, like even just a couple months ago, I would have said no.
Yeah. And you also would have been told, hey, they beat Suomi, who had Max, Velez, and Zupi. Yeah. And they made it there. So I think everyone would have said the same. Which is why I'm a little bit nervous now. Obviously, no one wants to play for like 4 hours and lose. And I think it's always good to have Aftermath progress in these events and watch them compete. But it's just a heartbreaker on either side now. Deceptive Baguettes were up 3-2, and now they find themselves on one of their home maps, which is called Heartland. A map where we've seen crazy things with them with Berbers in the past, which no one can do. I think we'll see Lithuanians. I think we'll also see Persians and maybe Japanese is where I fall for Deceptive Baguettes. Just to breeze through it real quick, MBL has gone for the Saracens. He's the flank here. His pocket is Leary. Leary playing as the Khmer. And then here in the teal, we've got Nikov. Nikov playing the Malay. Look at the stack, dude. These three civs are so good. We've got Japanese for Sato. We've then got Anno playing as the Lithuanians. He's about to go for an early lumber camp. And then you've got the Persians for Margu, which I guess could still lead to a TC drop here, but I would doubt it. Okay, so do you want me to talk through a few things I've seen on this map before?
Wait, was I muted?
You were muted that entire time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just started talking. So I said on the other side, Saracens, Khmer, Malay. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily tier 1. I think what concerns me about Khmer is that there's always that temptation to go for scouts. And what I've seen work here is that you have one player on the other side fully commit to water before going scouts. And so I don't know what level of experience Aftermath comes in here with, but if you think back to how Leary, many hours ago now, went double dock on the other map with water, I think Wakachina. Mm-hmm. He got the big fish lead, then he went scouts, and that's what probably won them the game. So Leary's just got to keep close eye on the water.
Okay, and then on the other flank, Nikov against Sato. I feel like Malay can match up against Japanese, just water v water. But you need to have a really precise build, right? You need to know exactly how long to delay in Dark Age before clicking up. Because you'll have a couple extra villagers, which is great. But Japanese with the extra fishing capacity and, extra armor on their fishing ships and HP are really tough to take out.
I think what we've seen be the theme here is that Sato will want to dock and fish, but he's not going to put a lot of effort into protecting it. I think it will be Anno who does the work there. And then it could even be the same for Margu, where Margu, as he's done this a lot, he actually went 2 villagers on the shorefish for a little bit extra food. Margu might not want to defend on water, and he might want to go land.
I love the fact that on this map, like I said, I've never watched the game on this map. Never seen it before. But I love the idea of having the marsh around, so you can't just simply wall.
Yeah.
To here. All land pressure can always get in. Obviously, Navy's still going to be really powerful. Or like demo rafts or anything. If you wall to the dock, you've got to be careful about it. But really, really like that.
That's actually a side benefit of bringing 2 vills to the shorefish. Because if you bring 2 vills to the shorefish, unless they bring 2 scouts, you don't have to worry too much. So that could be part of the reason why Margu would do that. He sees the scout for Leary. Leary sees 2 vills, and now he might signal And I think he's like, MBL, where's your scout? MBL's like, my scout's over here. And uh-oh.
Here comes Margugu, though. He's going to have a scout here, too.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps it nearby. And here comes Anatov. So good teamwork from both. Good communication early. This doesn't seem like much, but it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Could have been quite a few villagers down, and now you have to see the coordination from all the parties involved here.
God, I hate this when you're playing with someone and they're like, attack this, attack that. Especially in BF, it's just like, bro, let me do my own thing. Well, rather just leave.
I would say don't sign up for Return of the Clans 2.
Uh-oh, Leary Villager hops in the house. I forgot he could do that.
Oh, okay. So did I, actually, until that very moment.
I think based on that wall there, so did he. And he's just like, oh, I'm Khmer. Okay, that's fine.
We have a Drush incoming for Nikov, and he's not going to Sito, but he did go by Sito's dock. Tell me Sito sees that. Because if that were to hit Anno, and Anno doesn't have Loom, and he does have Loom.
I didn't see a signal.
Be a problem. He is walling up, though, so I think he heard about this, Dave. It's really awkward to wall.
Nikov's going back. Nikov's going back to Sito, and Sito does not have Loom yet. Sito is up with no Loom, I believe. No, he got Loom. Okay. I just didn't see it up at the top there.
Okay, so we'll have Archer opening for Sito then, which means Nikov, his decision to drush here, granted, he could get through if Sito chops too many trees. But the decision to drush here, interesting, I'd say, because I think going Feudal Age fast for Archers has been the play, and remember, he didn't even dock either.
Nikov's waiting to see if that tree gets chopped through. 10 wood on it. Sito should never.
He could place a palisade right now.
Never. Yeah, I know. But this should never happen if he's open here.
It's been 4 hours, though. It's been 4 hours.
Oh, my God. No, this should never happen. Sito's going to hate to see it.
Well,
fortunately for him, the militia can't actually engage, so the scout might go down. And that's not terrible for Sito. I think he can recover from this. Anatov sending the scout over now. This is actually not awful.
There you go, and then he walls it, and then you just add one more palisade, and I mean, it's not ideal, but it does work, and he's making militia now, Dave, so he's going to go man-at-arms. Nikov, I'm trying to find his scout right now. Oh, he just lost it, of course. So he lost his scout, so he won't know this is coming, and this could hurt him badly.
Here come the galleys immediately from Anatov, and Leary goes for double fire ship production here, fire galley production. Only 3 fish for him.
Oh, man-at-arms, by the way, coming to MBL's base as MBL scouted this. He scouted the barracks. He now sees a blacksmith, but he has not really walled in a way that tells me he knows there's men-at-arms coming right now. And Leary's losing his fish.
If he sees that scout there, if he saw that, that should give him an indication, because why else would the scout like be right here? It should be searching for army, right?
Dude, I'm normally not nervous when I cast, but because of the stakes right now, I'm getting nervous. My heart's pumping. MBL is going to get wrecked on his gold right now. Remember, he's got no fish, and Leary just lost his fish, and now he's off of gold as the Archer player.
Good
there's a hole in the wood line. There's a hole, MBL. Oh, and he can't get the quick. He can't get the quick walls down. He's off of both resources now. Disaster for MBL. As disaster for Nikov, his militia hit the TC. Oh my goodness. Everything going wrong for Aftermath here.
Can Leary recover, though? Leary is fire galley against galley, and Anatov has actually done something really great. He's added in the 2 galleys to snipe the fish, and to help out his other 2 fire galleys that he added in after that. He's got to start thinking about maybe some demo rafts as he sees the fire galley number now from Leary. He's gone 3 dock, but MBL is in big trouble here, as he was idled off the resources for a very long time, and he lost an archer forward at the watchtower, and he also lost an archer while he was retreating.
Also, all this pressure goes directly to Leary, and yes, he can hop inside of houses, but that does still mean he needs to get army here. And he is very much preoccupied on water, but good job from him as he'll take out Margu's fish, or some of them. Of course, he's been working with 0 fishing ships, though. Anno, he has had the fishing ships at home.
Here comes Sito with men-at-arms from behind. Leary might have some problems. He can hop into houses, which is fine.
Oh, actually, Leary's getting a good engagement here, Dave. Anno got to the wrong side of the fires. He can't flee without taking losses.
He's got to start adding in some demos here.
Yeah, I think 1 or 2. I mean, he's 3 dock, but I guess Leary is as well, and Leary won't be able, or won't stop producing until he's hit. And this is going to be 6 men-at-arms. Not every day you see 6 men-at-arms.
Oh, no. The coordination once again. Leary's open over here on the wood line.
Oh, and
How
he can't
fast
get the
does he
walls
notice?
down. Oh, he didn't know.
He gets the scout in first, Sato, so he's going to block him. Leary will garrison that house. He will try and get out with this villager. He needs to make space, though.
Oh, and the demo hits Leary.
Room.
The demo hit Leary at the perfect time, Dave, because he was so focused there. And so Ano, I think, could recover a bit on water. Still great work from Leary, but he's taking so many losses right now.
Yep, lost a villager there. Manages to save the rest of them, though. MBL comes over to help, and MBL might have... MBL's going to be fine against the range army from Margugu, because he's got a tower up on the gold.
What's weird for MBL is he's actually added his stable. So he kind of started losing the 1v1. And so he added a stable so he can clear up mainly skirms. Which is not bad, but he doesn't really have good food eco, which is what's making this tough right now.
Leary's still fighting on water here.
Sato going to help out on water, Dave. He's got his fishing ships. They've been working for a long time, but Sato has played, I'd say, very defensive with his follow-up. He could smash Nikov right now.
Nikov's got 2 archers at the back of Anatov's base. He might find that wood line. Anatov's got to notice that. MBL also killing some archers from Margugu, and he can loop around, so Margugu might have an issue as he tries to do damage to Leary with his range units.
Yeah, this is
actually good from Nikov to get like 2 villagers here with these archers.
At the same
maybe
time,
only
though,
1.
He lost 3 archers on the front, Dave, and he is really far behind with numbers. And this has been the theme, is like Deceptive Baguettes, they've been opening up stronger in these games. They've actually made AM look like a bunch of boomers. They don't like to be aggressive, and I think I know exactly where Sato's going to send those archers right now.
Ooh, Leary's winning water.
Is he actually? He is right now. He's made a lot of demos there, too, and it might not even be necessary.
Like, considering the fact it's Khmer against Lithuanians, and Leary's had to abandon this woodline twice.
Yeah, true.
And lost villagers.
True.
Anatov has only been attacked once, so that just shows you Leary playing on an unbelievable level right now.
I think what it also shows you is Leary has put the majority of what little wood he has into water. And you look at Ano, he's got 19 on food because he's placed mills, and I thought he'd mix in farms when I looked back there, but he didn't. Still not a good position for Leary to be in. You don't have Nikov going for counters, and you've got MBL with a couple random units.
Yeah, this is not great for sure. Loses another villager down to 32.
Are Deceptive Baguettes actually about to do this? Another villager goes down to Leary. MBL's scouts are just, it's a waste of food right now. In fact, look at the amount on food as a team. You've got 2 players below 10 on food if you're Aftermath, and then Nikov's at 11. They're never going to get to Castle Age at this rate.
Margugu is going to get to Castle Age soon. Holy, he's even getting a market up. Oh boy. The only problem for him potentially is that he's going into archers right now.
Yeah, and MBL's clearing. MBL's clearing. MBL hits some archers. He hits the scout. Margu, he does have a force out there, but it's all forward. And it's kind of random, useless units for him right now. It's a good moment, finally, for Aftermath.
Anatov's still building up fire galleys, and Leary doesn't know how much he's committing here. So he has to keep making units. He's going to have fire galleys taking down the docks from Anatov. Now MBL is streaming over. MBL actually, since that first engagement, has done really well here. And Leary, he's building a house to keep his villagers safe.
Did you see, I don't know where that is, but did you just see MBL use the market? Just page up and look at the left side for a second. And he's going to click up soon. And yeah, I see that the villagers are inside that house there
look
for Leary.
At the Castle Age coming in for every single player from Deceptive Baguettes.
Yeah, and like, if you're worried about MBL's little archer army, Ano could conceivably make like 1 knight, and it would clear that, right? So that's not the biggest deal. And then Sato, I'm waiting for his ranged units to be massed on the front. And they're beginning to lose some of their forces. Margu on the right lost forces, and now Sato. But he should have crossbow, and also this means that Ano will be able to push back Leary on water.
Yeah, War Galley upgrade coming in. Look at the amount of ships he's got garrisoned in here.
Dave.
Could be bad.
Sato a little sloppy there, but he clicks his upgrades. And I'm going to keep an eye, because you got to know there's going to be at least 1 big demo here. Also, Leary hit again right now. This is crazy. Leary's still so far from clicking up. A 200 food from clicking up, and here comes the fires.
Dude, MBL is on a mountaineering journey right now. I don't know where he's going with that army in the back. Maybe waiting for Castle Age to click in. And then he's going to show up at Sato's woodline. But, dude, Leary is still winning water.
Honestly, if
for the
you're
time being.
Yeah, if you're Anno, I think the only thing you do right now is just pop out a demo or two. Because it's going to take forever for Leary to be able to take out your docks. And great job from Nikov. When I initially saw the walls, I thought it was too ambitious, but he used all that time. And he's house-walled and stone-walled as Sato's coming forward to his base now.
Leary's going to click up soon.
Fires popping out for Anno. It's really not looking good for him. And you've got the pressure now coming in towards MBL's base as MBL hits Castle Age. And yet maybe, Dave, especially if MBL finds some damage with his archers, maybe AM are still alive here.
The thing here is that it's the Persians going for archery ranges.
Oh, Leary's base. What's he doing here? It's still Man-at-Arms getting value. These Man-at-Arms have killed so much this game. Actually, it's only been 2 units, but they've done a lot.
MBL in on Anatov's economy as well with these crossbows. He went for a mountain climbing journey up to the north, and he's come back down from the hills. He's going to appear, and Anatov's going to be like, wait a second, where did this army come from? Crossbows from Margugu are going to get trapped in between Nikov and MBL. Leary just needs to save his villagers here. Should be fine.
What I love about this, though, is that Margugu now has control. They have the chase again. There's been a whole lot of chasing. Nikov on the other side has had to go into defensive skirmishers. But Dave, with no fish boom, and now a third TC for Anno. Anno doesn't have the food for knights, which means skirmishers can work, and what a great job from MBL, who will finally get caught out here by Sato.
MBL's recovered so well since that initial pressure.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
Just like he just needed to lose a couple of vills to get back into his mind back into the game. And he's gone for these towers all over the place, which is such an MBL move, but it makes it so difficult for Margugu to find damage on his base.
Nikov does not have ballistics yet. That is already in for Sato, and he tried to complete the university, and Sato came back in. We do not have a lot of fishing for Leary. He's adding more fish, but the fires from Anno, I like this, because he's going to lose water. He's going to kill as many fish as possible with that final fire ship. Imagine if he could get 4 or 5 kills here. Oh, geez, that's huge. Leary, no reaction, so well done, Anno.
Leary going into Knights, too. He needs that food eco.
Really, he has the food, but it's deceiving because he only has 9 on food.
MBL losing the villager building the siege workshop, too. So Margugu is going to keep pressuring him, and Margugu actually still has the army at the back alive. The one I thought was going to die.
Yeah, he's been so good with that. It's like he did that in every win they've had. And also, MBL no ballistics, by the way. So he will be out-microed in these fights against these kids. Hey, kids, they're not that young. I think the youngest player is like 23, but still feels like since they're the new kids on the block that maybe that's the case. And close game here, Dave. I just keep thinking about if Anno can 3TC boom comfortably, at this point forward, he should be ahead of Leary because Leary is only on 1 TC. Leary is trying to make knights to deal with all these armies just constantly running around and harassing him.
MBL signaling the army at the front. Him and Nikov are going to collapse on that. Then military numbers for Margugu are going to start falling here.
Yep.
He still has crossbows in production, but he's got an army at the back that they're trying to collapse on. The army at the front, which was just cleared up.
Good job from Nikov.
And Nikov getting ballistics as well.
Honestly, Nikov could carry this. Like, look at the audacity in this type of a game. 3rd TC. He already has elite skirm with his crossbows, and he's melee, so he can advance faster to imp if he wants to go fast imp. I'm liking it from Nikov. It kind of reminds me of the Wakachina game where Leary kind of fell off a little bit. MBL fell off a little bit, but Nikov was there, and then Leary came in later to save the day.
Clearing up this army behind from Sato. Fishing ship still alive for Leary. Clears up all the army at the front for Sato. Uh-oh. This is potential for an aftermath swing back here after all of that early pressure on them. It seems like all of the armies have been over on this side. And now MBL is suddenly signaling Red's base and saying, hey, let's go over here. He's going to catch the crossbows from Margugu out, and Margugu will lose all of them. And now we look at the military numbers here. MBL still with not a lot, but he does have 2 mangonels on the field, and Leary is building up his knights.
And Margu, and the difference here is the reason skirms can dominate is because there's no knights for Anno. And you're now going to see Nikov. He's going to accept the invitation to share the fish with Leary in the center. And I'm really worried for Sato now. Because if Leary continues to come over with +2 knights, Nikov could somehow deal with this with all the skirms. and Nikov has the fish boom. You definitely see him imping faster in the long run. Big moment on MBL's side, though. We know he's great with the attack grounds, but will he be able to get it started here before there's any support from Leary?
You got Margugu thinking, man, it was looking so good, and now I'm in an attack ground war with MBL.
You're right.
This is not where I wanted to find myself.
Oh, and he just got rocked as well. Yeah, he got rocked, and now he's got to fall back, Dave. This is so bad. But good credit to Sato. Sato's macro has also been very good, and he did mix in Siege here, which is fine. And Anno's here now. Anno with 72 eco. Leary with only 52, Dave. So the 3 TC boom has paid off for Anno. I'm trying to look for relics right now. It doesn't look like he snagged any relics. He should start to think about that.
Coming out here from Margugu. Mangano coming out. 10%.
MBL expected it and went for attack grounds, and that was so cool to see from MBL because he knew it was going to pop. But
dude, the timing on that.
And the micro from Margu who says, get out of my base, bro. Get out of my base. And okay, he runs away. He's scared. He's got a healthy fear of MBL at this point.
I wonder if MBL like consciously thought, wait, it's been this many seconds since the last one popped out. Surely he queued another one. Because he was only like a second off on that attack ground trying to get it.
Leary now has +2 knights and crossbows on him. And Nikov, you know, I talked about how he was going to save the day with the faster imp. Where's his army? It's chasing Dave. And that mix of skirms looks so much less effective now that knights are on the field. This is such a close game right now. As MBL is he's venturing forward for another siege workshop.
Dude, he gets so confident. It's like, come at me, bro. Half of the crossbow numbers, only one Mangonel here, and he's going for a forward siege. And look at Leary's base.
Leary does have knights, though.
Is in trouble.
Does have knights. MBL's got a TC there. Not finding many villager kills.
Again.
MBL's Vil goes down, so no siege workshop for him. I think Margu is going to want to go forward with this army, so MBL is doing a great job at defending. But he hasn't reacted on his TC, Dave. MBL has not reacted on his TC, but fortunately for him, he does now react.
He's clicked up.
Okay. I mean, that army will be a little stronger than what he had in here before. Margu refuses to chase. He's going forward, Dave. There's so much potential for MBL to get an amazing shot here. Okay, dodging, dipping, weaving.
He lost the Mangonel at the back. Oh, of course, because he's microing the one at the front. And he takes out one from Margugu.
Dave, Imp should be coming in shortly for somebody else, you might think. Sato, hitting and running, hitting and running. He's going to run right towards MBL. The military count is still high for the baguettes, but they don't have the military here to support Sato. And the highest military count is the Persian player with crossbows. That's not what you want here. They don't get Arbalest. God, MBL's micro is so good.
It really is.
It's incredible.
Like the fact he can keep someone at home with a Mangonel.
Yeah.
That's it. It's actually ridiculous. And you can tell by the amount this is moving. Like he's never taking his eye off this.
And now he's going to have arbs.
And he has crossbows at the back too. He's got 9 crossbows still at the back here, by the way.
Sato and Anno or somebody needs to kill Nikov right now because Margu's toast. Margu is going to die shortly despite his army count. Once Arbalest is in for MBL, the end is near.
There is a forward castle from Sato, and he's clicked up now. So there is possibilities for him to kill Nikov. MBL at the back getting rocked by a Mangonel, so he's been found by Margugu. That's a great pick there.
And Margu kills too.
And look at this. Delete, and he kills both of them. That's fantastic. And that stalls out the pressure a lot.
Oh. Not an engagement you can take if you're Margu, though. You do not want to be fighting against that many skirms. You would need knight support, something you don't have yet. But you also don't want this army to pass, so I can understand the urgency.
MPL coming forward with another villager. Really wants to finish that siege workshop that's no longer there.
This fight is a fight that would happen before Nikov and MBL get their upgrades, so there's positives. But, I mean, Margu is never going to be able to do anything here. Oh, he gets a big shot, though. That's a good shot. Another volley goes off, and actually not as bad as I thought this would be.
It's pretty good. +2 knights, though, coming in against those crossbows. And MBL, what is he getting with his Imperial? He gets Bracer.
I guess he can't afford much with 77 Vils. 77's not bad, though.
Well, he does have Saracen Market. He's got quite a bit of res in the bank. What is he saving up for? Chemistry? Arbalest? Arbalest.
I don't know, but I can tell you that Nikov is going to have Real uphill battle because Sito is about to be an imp. And while Nikov will be faster, Sito has more crossbows. And if Sito sends that force and it's Arbalest towards Leary, Leary's dead. Leary cannot stop that. So they need to be killing Margu and killing Margu much faster than they are right now. That's
MBL's got another Mangonel.
He does, dude. He does. And still no Arb. Okay, now Arb's in. Nikov's Vil count is insane. It's because of the fish. Oh, no, it's not. He's got 2 fish. So I'm wrong on that one. And poor Margu, he's been at the end of a couple of these situations. I feel like he's dealt well with the situation ever since it started to get really bad. But
I just got to ask, in the last couple minutes, like, where has Anatov really been? Because I've seen Leary here, and I only saw Anatov really engage in one fight.
Yeah. Well, he did get relics. He got 1. Probably looking for more. He's also imping right now, and Leary can't say that. Leary can say that he's got Arbs on him.
Oh, big shot from MBL on the crossbows from Margugu. That's what we wanted to see.
Just can't fight that back. You got a worse unit here. You cannot fight this back. But at least the army's not hitting Anno. Now, Anno's
What
getting
are you
hit
talking about? He's getting hit pretty
by
bad.
Leary. By Leary.
Yep.
Yeah, by Leary. But at least it's not any worse, as you have Sito. He's being told, do damage right now. Kill him. And that's just not it.
From MBL with 2 villagers. There's more following up, though.
Maybe you could send a few more villagers than that, MBL. Also on the other side, Nikov having to chase. I really wish Sito would have camped underneath Leary's gold. I know there's a tower there, but I would have liked to have seen taking him off of gold so he couldn't make any more knights.
Dude, this match is crazy.
It's so good. Yeah, like
I know.
AM are slightly ahead, but it's still very doable if Anno starts to get upgrades. And MBL isn't a little more assertive. Look at Margu. He's sniping some Arbs. This is the best case scenario for him. I don't agree with trying to stop the castle, though.
Knights from Leary have found a lot of villagers at the back of Margugu's base. If he saw that, I don't know if he scouted it. He's going to find the gold villagers at the back there. He won't be able to pick off the vills right away. Sito's still running away with that army in the rear.
Yep.
MBL, 4 TCs, though, behind this. I didn't even realize he was on 4 TC.
86
Booming
vills.
up 86
The vill
vills.
counts are all over the place, but then you've got Nikov. He's like, yeah, I've got 146 villagers. What more do I need here? It's a crazy boom for him. But Dave, he hasn't pushed back yet. You know, he is Malay. So they get bomber cannons and Japanese do not. So I think Sito needs to repair this castle, and he needs the cav that we're going to see from Anno to support him on that side.
Yeah, and Margugu's going to have to make an expensive tech switch at some point, because your Persian player going into more skirmishers is not what you need here.
Yeah.
Like, he's dead. He's honestly dead.
Well, the thing is, with Vil count, he's actually more alive than Leary is. So if he can just fall back and add TCs into the corners, I'm okay with this. But the main thing is they need to keep Sito's position. If they can keep Sito's position and push Nikov, then maybe they could swing back and deal with MBL. This is so tricky.
The thing with Margugu is that he can't make an effective unit.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, even if he makes skirms, MBL is in Imperial H. He can outrange them. He can snipe them down.
Yeah.
MBL's got siege. He has nothing to take care of the Trebs. Nothing to go near that castle. The villager count does not matter at all for him at the moment.
I would say making skirms an imp isn't the end of the world, only because you do get the full armor with Persians, and because Leary can't afford to make a lot of knights. But Leary has continued to do that. He's got 25, and as you said, Dave, they're effective units. But can they finally clear up MBL's ball in the back of Anno's base? It looks like it's still going to be a tough task.
Sito's castle went down. AM's pulling this off.
No way,
AM is bringing it
no
back
way.
here. AM is bringing it back after so much early damage. Nikov is going to push back. You mentioned it before. 116 villagers, still 29 fishing ships for him. Shows how important the water was there.
And you know, Anno right now, he's not the player who wants to be dealing with this type of thing. He is able to breathe now, Dave. Let's not sleep on the baguettes yet, because they do have a Cavalier player. Sito's eco is very healthy, and so is Anno. And if you look, only Nikov has over 100 villagers right now for the Aftermath players.
MBL's got 5 TCs.
True.
He's going to keep producing villagers,
and he's
his
got
boom is
really
gonna be
good
pretty
castle
crazy
spots.
soon. Leary is now up to Imperial Age before Margugu.
How did that happen?
Well, he's got the fish, man. He had 15 fishing ships.
Guess that's the case. Maybe some farms, maybe received some resources. I'd have to check. But I'll tell you what, there's 2 knights in the back. Look how annoying that is. Leary in the north, Dave. 2 green knights. Forcing Anno off of all of that.
Oh, yikes.
Nikov,
purple farms up there too. Oh my goodness.
Nikov needs to consider deleting some villagers though, because he's fully popped.
Delete the fishing ships, bro. He's got 29.
Yeah, and they're all like right in they're all right in that same spot, yeah.
Dude, delete these.
Yeah. Great time for Margu to get Horse Collar as he tries to boom back into the game. But Anno needs to have knights on Sato's side, because Sato cannot win a 1v1 against bombard cannons and against skirmishers if he's making only Arbalest in his own skirmishers. As he will lose another castle.
From Margugu. At the limit. Completely.
If Anno can somehow get through here and hit Leary, that would be interesting. Like, you could see Leary's tracking
great
this.
play. Oh my god, I love this. I love this so much. MBO walls off and he tells Leary to sit units beside the dock.
Nice. Wow, that's
beautiful.
That's high level stuff here.
That's great team play right there.
And now he might be able to kill the entire force.
100% told him to do that.
Look at MBL.
That is fantastic.
Gate,
oh my god.
Gate. More
They're
gates.
turning it on here, folks.
More gates, and that's the army they need to get value right now. The army's got to run back. It's a wasted trip. Now the light cap for Leary are going to storm right towards where Margugu has got that eco. The push continues for Nikov, who still really wants to keep those fishing ships. But he's making more castles, Dave. He's got the better position, and the deceptive baguettes. I just don't see how they changed their position now. That was it. They needed the Cavalier to get through somehow, and now they're stuck.
Honestly, I have lots of questions about Margugu continuing with the crossbow production into Castle Age.
He needs something, though. He needs something. He does have 91 vills.
No, not right now. I meant earlier in the game,
earlier,
continuing crossbow and not switching to knights a little bit earlier. Or something else more useful as Persians, because MBL has been able to punish him so far. MBL going for a super forward castle now. Already has foundations there. He won't be able to get it up, but Leary has Hussar. And he's going to be raiding along with this ball from MBL. On the other side, Nikov losing a lot of army, but there's no siege to back this push up from Sato. So the best thing they can do is get some Cavalier into the eco.
Yep. Yeah, and they're going to try. We do have Paladin for Anno, but it reeks of desperation, doesn't it? Because you just really don't have a safe eco right now. So to research that when you are so far behind and when your teammate needs help
wait.
Wait.
What? Margugu doesn't have a single armor upgrade.
Okay, explains a lot.
That explains so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been outplayed every step of the way from MBL, both with booming and production and with positioning. Poor Sato is probably like, save me. And I feel so bad for the baguettes because this has been a long series, right? This has been all afternoon or evening or night, whatever. And I've also been on the receiving end of a few double, triple, quadruple castle drops from MBL, and it doesn't feel good. Not that it's flexing, per se, but it does kind of make you feel like they're asserting dominance right now, Aftermath.
It was a close game, honestly. There were instances in this game at the beginning where we definitely thought Baguettes was ahead, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like they got steamrolled or anything. MBL dropping 5 castles at the same time, classic.
And he's like, what are you going to do about it? You can't do anything about this. And I think once Paladin hits, then Anno's going to have to take out 3 castles in his base. They don't want to call it here because they know. They're probably not talking too much. They know, though, that this is definitely the end for them.
Yep.
Nikov, honestly,
what a great run.
Sick boom this game. MBL, sick boom this game. Leary, I mean, how he was able to get that much army production when he was under pressure the whole time is insane.
What an absolutely phenomenal run here as we see a line of TCs from Margugu at the back. The desperation reboom here, and he's going to have to delete a few of them. Deceptive Baguettes, deceptively skilled, and really more so than people thought. And they made their way through a lot of great teams. They almost pulled it off against Aftermath. It's one last charge here for Anatov with the Paladins. Try and make something happen here. But Nikov with the micro on point is going to be able to snipe them down, fall back to his castles, and there's no way they can take care of these 17 castles from MBL. in the middle of their base.
Also, MBL switching into Mamelukes is actually perfect here.
Yeah, it's perfect, yeah.
Mamelukes is actually great play against Paladins, so the castles are very useful. As we know, Nikov can just fall back to his castles. He's taken all that map control, and he'll just wait for Leary to have a few Hussars in front so the skirms get taken care of. I think we see the GG in a few moments here. I don't see a way back. I feel for Margu because right now you look at the score, you think back to Persians. What do you do with Persians? Should he have done this? Should he have done that? It just continues to burn in your mind. But to beat the best of the best, you have to be almost perfect.
I love the fact they're still trying here. You can still see the X's going down like, come on, there's a chance. Margugu going for 4 extra TCs on top of each other on the plateaus here. He's trying to reboom into some semblance of an economy.
MBL
absolutely insane
castles.
Determination here from Deceptive Baguettes, but it's just not to be.
Yep, the GGs called. The Baguettes are out in the semis. You know, I think there are positives to this. A lot of people are going to say, well, the Baguettes weren't expected to be here. But honestly, I think the Baguettes knew. I think they knew they had what it could take. So I think that they're not going to have that thought process right now. I think they're going to be a little upset with themselves because they felt they could have taken it. But it is the competition. It's what makes winning great. The fact that the losing also hurts. And like you said, Dave, what a run from them. So impressed from them. But in the end, Aftermath, who have been at the forefront of our competitive scene for many, many years, show why they have been there.
And once again, it's going to be Aftermath versus GL in a team game tournament.
It'll be fun, man.
Going to be the finals. I think we're casting that together tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we wake up. What time is it? 11 for us, I think?
11, yeah.
Finals?
We're good.
That's fine.
But
it's fine.
Here's the thing. I've been calling Deceptive Baguettes the innovators. I think we are going to see a more complete Gamer Legion and a more complete Aftermath in the finals. And naturally, they're always going to be more complete because they played more games. But I have seen adjustments from Gamer Legion based on their set versus the Baguettes. And I think Aftermath tomorrow are also going to make adjustments based on their series here, which is the first time they played the Baguettes. So we will see that the Baguettes will live on in strategy in some ways. And like you said, Dave, should be a really exciting series tomorrow.
This is a good team. This is a really good team. You could see that 4-3, like, goddamn. Granted, no Hera for Aftermath, but still, like, the lineup that they have is insane. And the fact that a player like Anatov, who a lot of people have never heard of, who only plays team games, can come along and have performances like he did. The fact that Margugu and I guess Sato is in the top players discussion now, but Margugu falls outside of that, right? And can come and have performances like he did is stunning, honestly. Great job.
Leary, top 5 player. Nikov MBL, top 10 players. Maybe those positions have changed a little bit over the last 6 months. I don't know. Ano doesn't play 1v1s. Margu, recently in the top 50. Sato, probably also top 10, top 15, but still pretty crazy differences if you look at their solo achievements. So I'm hoping to see more of them. You know, Return of the Clans is a 5K tourney, still awesome tourney. But if there's bigger team game tournaments down the line, I'm sure they're going to be there. So congratulations to AM, Dave. It'll probably be like the 10th time we've ever seen AM versus, well, it used to be AM versus Tyrant, then AM versus Secret. And now AM versus Gamer Legion. So
yep.
A lot changes, but also nothing changes at the top.